You will not face the world press unprepared.
I know that lousy speech by heart.
So you say, but I want to hear it.
Well, if you tell me why the Buchanans are in town, you just might.
They're in town for the press conference, of course, and they've asked for a special interview, which naturally we refused.
There's got to be more to it than that. Vicky is Jenny's closest friend. Jenny's involved somehow, isn't she?
For the last time, Jenny is safely across the border, and if you don't deliver your speech as ordered, you'll never see her again.
David, honey, we don't want to upset poor Dirk, do we?
Cut it out. You couldn't pass for Jenny if your life depended on it.
But your life does depend upon it. And hers. Really, David, please cooperate for our sake.
You listen. First of all, I cannot get up there and give a speech, much less give a concert, unless I follow my regular routine.
Don't play the temperamental artist with us.
I am an artist, you cretin. And I can't give my best without proper preparation.
What do you need, David?
All right. For one thing, I need exercise. About a half hour of stretching and aerobics, and then there's my run.
There's what?
Yes, 5 miles on a soft track, preferably. So if you'll excuse me.
If you think you can go running in the park when the Buchanans are here trying to reach you. Let me tell you something. I don't care a damn about your recital. You can play like Horowitz, you can play like Horrible. I couldn't care less. But your speech I do care about. And if you value your life and Jenny's, you'll do exactly as you're told.
Met before?
Yes, we have. Richard? Craig? Ah, there's that look again. Where have we met before? You know, I've run out of ideas. Why don't you just assume that I remind you of someone else and let it go at that?
Well, I'm sure it'll come to me sooner or later.
Oh, I just hate it when I can't place somebody.
Well, I feel positive that we've met. But I'll let it go for a moment. Sorry to interrupt an antique sale.
Not at all. Craig was just about to leave.
Yes.
If Cassie is gone for, 3 weeks or so, will you still be in town?
Possibly. But I'll be on the East Coast, so I can easily come back.
I'm honored that you've granted me this interview, sir.
I want the people of the world to know all about our revolution, Mr. Abbott. Have a seat.
Can we talk alone?
We are alone, except for Firefly, my bodyguard.
But I'm armed with nothing but a pen and a notebook, as your guards outside can attest.
Too many attempts have been made on my life, Mr. Abbott. I trust no one, especially smiling American correspondents. Your government is already planting the seeds for my overthrow.
Will I know nothing about that?
You'll see. Now conduct your interview and get out. Richard?
Sorry, what?
I was saying goodbye.
Right. Goodbye. Just a second, Craig. One question.
Since the rain stopped, I guess I can take you back any time now.
Oh, no, you don't. Not until you tell me what you meant by having a few pages missing.
Look, forget that. That's nothing. Forget about it.
Oh, now, wait. I was honest. Now it's your turn.
Okay. I told you that you chose men by the book. Well, it seems to me that I couldn't even fill up one chapter.
You're a little hard on yourself.
No, hey, you wanted me to be honest. Look, my family is the greatest, right? But we are not what anyone would ever call rich. And as for me, yeah, sure, I've got ambitions. But El Paso is big enough to contain all of them. And I never claimed to be prestigious or anything like that. Hell, I don't claim to be much more than the cowboy that I really am.
Well, what's wrong with cowboys?
There is nothing wrong with being a cowboy when you're in a stable. So tell me, Tina, what would you do with me if you had me at one of those big Pennsylvania cocktail parties, huh?
Well, I'd introduce you to my friends, if I had any.
Oh, yeah? And what would you say? Would you say, hey, everybody, this is my friend Cord. he's my new friend from Texas? Or would you say, hey, everybody, this is my friend Cord. He's my new friend, half from Texas and half from Mexico?
Well, what difference does that make?
Makes a lot of difference. Because I don't hold cocktail parties for my kind of a land view.
Cord, I have faults, and believe me, I have a lot of them. But nobody could ever call me prejudiced.
I am not saying that you are. But that world that you live in, that world that means so much to you. You tell me then, okay? How would I fit in there?
You wouldn't.
Tina, it's okay.
No, Cord, it is not okay. You know, and I am really ashamed of myself for even feeling this way or thinking this way, but I have finally come to realize that if I am going to get the prestige and the responsibility that I deserve, I am going to have to marry a guy who already has it. Look, I'm sure you don't feel real good about me right now, and that makes two of us.
Well, you know, I sure admire a woman who knows what she wants. Well, hey, you're young yet, Tina. You just might change your mind.
I don't think so.
Well, look, you have got plenty of time to find this right man who's going to give you the world. But if you can just let the world wait, say, for one afternoon. What do you say?
I've waited this long. I guess I can wait for one more afternoon.
Orders, and you will be reunited with your wife?
Trust you? I wouldn't trust you if you said Strauss composed waltzes.
What a garbage. Let me hear your speech.
Oh, to hell with the speech. I'll tell you what. I think the Buchanans are going to find me.
It would take more than a couple of reporters from Pennsylvania to outwit me. And they are under constant surveillance, and their room is monitored, and they can't take a single step without being observed.
And all that's just to keep them from me? Or is it to keep them from Jenny?
Or if they're following Jenny, they're being very silly indeed, because she's very safely across the border.
Then you admit that they're following Jenny.
We can't be responsible for some sort of rumor they may have heard.
Yes, well, if the Buchanans are in Vienna, it's because they think Jenny is here as well.
Utter fantasy! Oh, I do hate theatricals. Would you like to reason with this prima donna? And if you fail to find reason, we'll put the other in practice.
If I were Jenny, David, and as far as the rest of the world is concerned, I am, I would ask you to rehearse your speech for me.
Well, as far as I'm concerned, you're not.
Mrs. Rinaldi, someone wishes to speak with you.
Please, Father, if it's those men again, you've got to get rid of them. I know you can't lie, but my husband's life is in danger, and so is mine.
Please, you needn't worry. This is one visit I think you'll want to see. Please do come in.
Oh, Jenny. Oh, Jenny, thank God you're all right. You know, I prayed that you'd come. I kept trying to reach you, and nothing ever worked out.
I'm here now, all right? And I'm going to help you. Clint and Brad and I, we're all in this together.
With prayers and friends, Mrs. Rinaldi, I think I can leave you in good hands.
Yes. Father, thank you. Thank you so much. Let me look at you. My goodness, so chic. I don't think I've ever been so happy to see anyone in my whole life. Oh, me too. I don't know what to say. I don't know where to begin. I've got so much to tell you, and there's so many things I want to know about you.
I know, but we have to do it later because we don't really have a lot of time. The first thing we have to do is get you out of here.
Which is going to be impossible. Those agents chased me to the church. I know they're still out there. In fact, I'm sure they saw you come in.
Yes, I'm sure they did. There were raincoats and black hats everywhere I looked.
So then we can't walk out of here, and I got to find David.
Well, we will. We'll find out a way.
I've got to find him now. I can't wait another day or another hour, Vicki. I got to do it right now. They're gonna take him across the border, and I'm gonna lose him. I'm gonna lose him forever. And I can't lose him.
No, that's not going to happen. Do you hear me?
But then
I'm not going to let it happen.
What are we going to do then? Because, see, I'm a prisoner in this church. I don't even know where they're keeping David.
No, neither do I. They won't let us get near him. But that doesn't mean we're not trying.
So what are we going to do against an army of agents?
Oh, come on now. What's an army compared to a few good friends from Landview, PA, huh?
I know you're trying to cheer me up, but
no,
I'm
darling,
scared.
I'm trying to tell you that there is a way out of this, okay? Now, you know about David's press conference,
That's
right?
why we got to get to him right now.
Okay, but I don't know about you. But I did not come all the way over here to Vienna just to fail. And whatever it takes, you and David will be together again. And nothing is going to stop you.
They have a baby?
Yes. So you see, I would not have come all the way over here if I wasn't positive that I could rescue you and
Vicki, you should not have come here, not when you're pregnant.
Why? Nothing's going to happen to me.
With all the stress and strain of you helping us, that can't be good for you or the baby.
Well, the strain would have been much worse on me in Landview. Sitting back there, unable to help and at the mercy of my imagination. Aren't you happy for me?
Yes, I'm so happy for you. I am happy, and I'm grateful, and I am worried about you.
That's funny. I'm worried about you. Now, we cannot go on like this. One of us has to be optimistic.
Yeah, you always have been.
So have you.
The last time I saw you, when you were having all the problems with Nikki, I knew you would come out of it.
Well, when I did come out of it, and they told me that you had married Brad again, I knew there was a mistake.
Brad? I'll tell you, Brad has been some incredible friend. I don't know what I'd do without him.
I know. And right now, as we speak, he is doing everything he can to make sure that you and David get back together.
If we ever can get together.
Now, come on, don't talk like that, Jenny, please.
There is so little time, Vicki. After the press conference, they're going to take him away.
I know, but they haven't taken him yet. And anything can happen before then.
And that's what I'm worried about. You know David. You know how volatile he is. If he figures out there's no way, he's going to do something. And it's going to be dangerous.
It's incredible.
What?
Yeah, I know I tried to deny it, but when I look at you, I mean, when I really look at you, you just look so much like Jenny that I want to... that.
What do you want to do, David?
No, you'll just think it's silly.
No, I won't, I promise.
Well, I find myself... I find myself wanting to kind of brush back your hair the way I used to brush hers back and touch her cheek. I mean, your cheek. And... See? I told you it was foolish.
Not at all. I consider it quite a compliment for my acting.
Well, obviously, you start with a very rare gift. I mean, it's more than just talent. You have the striking beauty and grace that Jenny had.
Had? Why do you speak in the past tense?
Did I? Must have been a slip of the tongue.
Are you sure?
Look, to be perfectly honest with you, I don't know anymore. I mean, you are so much like her. I mean, you even have that same beauty mark that Jenny had. And I remember that she used to like me to kiss her there, and I wish I could. Anyway.
You can.
Oh, Jenny.
can call me Jenny if it makes you happy. Someday, maybe not too far away, you'll call me by my own name. Then maybe you'll want to kiss me. The real me.
Oh, but I am kissing you, and I want you. The real you.
No! No!
Come on, come on, come on.
No!
Yes, Richard?
Berlin.
I'm sorry. If it was Berlin where we met, I don't remember where or how.
Richard, why don't you stop these silly little games?
Well, I wish I could, but some people are just unforgettable. But I've got an idea, Craig. Why don't I do a story on you for the arts page of the Banner? Make a terrific piece. A man traveling the world, buying and selling antiques.
I don't think so, Richard.
That's funny. You were certainly eager to be interviewed on my television show.
Well, you're right. I must have had an inexplicable attack of modesty. All right, Richard. Perhaps next week. I'll call you at your office and make an appointment.
Great. See you.
Emma, would you show Mr. Stone out?
Yes, ma'am.
Thank you. All right, Richard, what's up?
Cassie came to the Buchanan party with that guy. Are they dating?
I get the impression he would like to date her, but she sees him every now and again just out of boredom.
Well, what did he want? Why was he here?
They had a lunch date. She didn't show up. He didn't know that she was out of town. Richard, what are you thinking?
I was just wondering.
Richard, out with it. What's going on in that mind of yours?
The gun! Peter, don't let him get it! Don't be a third, David. You couldn't possibly escape.
I hate my chances. Hey, it's been real, but I gotta run. Now listen, by the way, I lied. You're a lousy actress. You couldn't play Jenny in Summer Stock. Well, Greta, Dieter, promise you won't forget me.
Drop it. Drop it! Now get on the couch. That's quite enough, Greta.
Dirk, you don't know what he did to me.
Only because you allowed him to. But I'll deal with you later. Now, will you resume your role as a loving couple? Is that understood?
But Dirk,
Is it understood?
I'd rather kiss a lizard than hold hands with her.
Let me have it, Dirk. Just let me teach him a lesson.
I give the orders! And you will obey.
You didn't have
all
to
of you.
Gun in my back.
But I do. Now, if you'd like to get dressed and get ready for the concert at once, you will give your final performance before you join your wife across the border.
If she is across the border, if this whole damn thing isn't a lie.
Well, that's where trust comes in. And if you don't trust me, I'm forced to kill you. And that would be a shame, a waste of a beautiful plan and a couple of lives. Jenny, and yours.
Look, the recital is scheduled for today, so we don't really have a second to lose. As soon as we get you out
We can't go out of here together, Vicki. Don't you understand? The minute we walk out of this church, those agents are going to grab us immediately.
But Jenny, if you stay in this church, there is no way we can prove to David that you are free and not behind the Iron Curtain. And that's the only thing that'll stop him from defecting.
I realize that, but...
And there's another thing, something you yourself brought up a minute ago. What if David learns the truth on his own, Jenny? And what if he figures out that you are here in Vienna?
He'll think that there's no way out, and he'll try to escape.
That's right. So we don't have a choice. We have to get you out of here. We have to take you to the press conference.
Oh, well, that's going to be a snap.
I do have an idea. And you're simply going to have to try it, all right? No questions.
Vicki, I have always trusted
Jenny,
you.
you're David's only hope now. When you walk into that recital hall with all those reporters and all those photographers from all over the world,
Their whole lousy, rotten scheme, including David's phony wife, will finally be exposed, and then you'll be free. You and David, you'll be free.
That is too much to hope for.
But that's all we have now, hope. Anyway, you have to wait here, okay, while I go and put this plan into motion.
Vicky, wait. Just in case the plan doesn't work, I've been carrying around this letter for days. It's for David, and maybe you could get it to him.
I'll take it. But we're not going to fail, Jenny. You'll see. You're going to be able to tell him everything that's in this letter all by yourself.
I love you. Please be careful.
Oh. God, I can't do it. I can't walk out of here and leave you behind. I have to think of something else.
Tina.
Look at me. We are going to be together again. This is not the last time that I will touch you and look at you. We will make love again 1,000 times. We are going to have a life together. I swear it to you.
I want to believe.
You've got to, or we got nothing. Please, don't give up. Don't give up.
Oh, God. I love you so much.
Time to go, Maestro. The world is waiting for you.
Going somewhere, sister?
I have remembered where I saw him, but I don't want to say in case I'm wrong.
Richard, is he a danger to Cassie?
I think Cassie should stay away from him until I find out.
Wait a minute. Do you think he's an agent?
Something along that line.
Now, why didn't that thought occur to me? He was so worried, so concerned that she might have gone to Vienna. And it's starting to come together. I recall now that Cassie said when they first met at the Vernon Inn, he asked her if it was in any way connected with the Brad and Jenny Vernon that he met in France.
Where is Cassie anyway?
Supposedly she's gone for a drive up the coast. But I don't think we need to worry because she doesn't have her passport with her.
Well, if Cassie calls, find out how much she told Craig about David and Jenny. And make sure that she says nothing more until I find out more on his background. I'm going to make use of Ace's contacts overseas, starting with the place where I think I saw him. I'll be in touch.
Thank you, Richard.
Going somewhere, sister?
I beg your pardon, sir? I believe these gentlemen mistook you for someone else.
Oh, I understand. It happens all the time. People think I look like my sister Heidi.
Oh, perhaps you're looking for her sister.
Give all mistake, madam. Sister. Don't stand around. Get away.
That's all you want me to do?
Yes, thank you. You've been a great help, sister.
God be with you, miss. It won't be easy getting Jenny out of this church.
You're telling me.
Freddie, is this a coincidence or what?
Yep. Looks like Cord and his mermaid came looking for shelter from the storm. Just like us.
The rain's already stopped. Or are you boys too dumb to notice that?
Look, guys, we were just on our way out, so you can have this place all to yourselves.
Why, no, ma'am. And me and Freddie, we believe in sharing. And what's mine is his, and what's yours is ours.
All right, boys, just get out of the way.
Oh, and if we don't?
You're gonna live to regret it. Maybe.
Brave talk, but it looks to me like there's only one of you and two of us.
Well, hey, that sounds pretty fair to me. I'll just have to take it easy on you two.
Gord, let's please just get out of here.
Yeah,
okay?
we will, Tina, as soon as these barn rats get out of our way.
Oh, we may be rats. We're about to steal your cheese. Ain't we, Joe?
I believe we are, Freddie. Now, come on over here, sweet thing. We'll make this a pleasurable experience for all of us.
Gord?
You heard me. Now get!
Well, you always did want to make things hard. That's the way you want it.
That's the way it's gonna be.
Hi, darling.
All right, now, take a deep breath and relax. We ordered you something to drink.
I hope it's something warm. I got so cold walking around outside. I went back to the hotel to change. You know, you two can stop fussing over me. I'm only pregnant. I'm not made of porcelain.
I just hate to see you running all over Vienna on a wild goose chase.
I'm not. I talked to Jenny.
You got into the church. How is she? Is she okay?
She's fine. She's fine. She's very frightened for David. But other than that, she's ready to do whatever is necessary. Now, if we can just get her out of that church in time.
Oh, time, honey. Time's the one thing we don't have.
I know.
David's concert and his press conference are going to start in an hour.
I know that. And Brad, you were absolutely right. The place is surrounded by agents. They checked every woman who left there.
We've got to get her out of there. 4 of us should be able to come up with a solution.
What for? Oh, that's right. You were going to meet Connie. Did she have anything to report?
Nothing. Connie wasn't there. It was Cassie. Cassie? What's Cassie doing in Vienna? She's here to try and save her father like the rest of us. She used Connie's passport to enter the country. I think she may be of some help. What can Cassie do with Jenny trapped in that church, Brad?
Wait a minute. Things may not be as hopeless as they seem.
I think I just saw a light bulb go on.
Yes, you did. Look, I've been inside the church. I know the layout of it pretty well now.
Great, but you just said that agents are watching everybody that comes in and out.
I know, but that's where Cassie comes in. Can you get a message to her right away?
Sure, she's waiting by the phone right now.
Great. Can you tell her to meet me as soon as possible?
Wait a minute, sweetheart. If the agents had seen your face, they're probably watching your every move. Look, Clint's got a point. You'd have to meet in a very private place.
Or a very public place? Maybe the Graben? On the corner of the Greensingerstrasse and the Graben. But tell her to be very, very careful because somebody might be watching us, all right?
That's in the main shopping district, isn't it? Yeah. With all those shoppers milling around, you two could blend right in. But what are you going to tell her? Yeah, sweetheart. If it's not too much trouble, you mind letting us in on the plan?
I'm being followed. I figured as much. You think he's into ladies' accessories?
Which one is he?
Cassie, I'm going to go into the linen shop that's directly behind us. If a man with a blue shoulder shoulder bag and the hat does not follow me in, then you should.
Rob, you're just the man I'm looking for.
My lucky day. Look, you got a problem with the towels, the linen services that way, I see.
No, it's about Cassie.
What about Cassie?
I thought you might have seen her.
This may come as a surprise to you, Mr. Stone, but my wife is not in the habit of checking in with me.
I'm sure. I just thought you might share my concern about her. I've tried to reach her several times to no avail. Do you know where she is?
You know, why are you so anxious to find her? I can't figure this out. What do you want from her?
Rob, believe me, my motives towards Cassie are purely professional. She had a lead on a rare collection of Limoges, and I was curious if she had any information for me.
Oh, there you are. I'm sorry to interrupt.
No, we were just finished.
Well, actually,
Oh, Rob, I need to talk to you. I can't wait.
You sure he didn't see you coming in here?
I'm positive. Just tell me what to do.
Tell you what, let's go over and look at those sheets over there. So you're looking for a bargain, too?
Of course.
Good. Cassie, we don't have 1 second to lose. You and I have to somehow manage to leave this store together without being seen.
Okay, and then what?
And we're going shopping.
Shopping? But you said we only have seconds. But I don't understand. If Jenny and David are in danger, then we have to...
You have to do exactly what I tell you to, okay? Otherwise, it'll never work. Right?
But I still don't understand.
I know.
Kann ich Ihnen helfen? Sprechen Sie English?
Of course.
May I show you something? No,
actually, we were just saying what a lovely selection you have here. Unfortunately, we can't make a final decision until we do some more shopping for dresses. Would you happen to know of a very, very nice dress shop in this area?
I will check with the manager.
Oh, thank you. Thank you very much.
Vicky, what are you planning to do?
Okay, I think I know how to get Jenny out of the church and to get her to David's press conference in time, okay? But I need to have your cooperation, otherwise it won't work.
Okay, I'll do anything I can to help them.
Here you are.
Oh.
The name of a lovely boutique.
Thank you very, very much. I just hope they have what we're looking for.
Sister Hilda. Sister Hilda, what happened?
I'm sorry, Jenny. It was just as Mrs. Buchanan feared.
Did you see Vicky leave the church?
Yes, I was watching from the church walk. Sister Luke, the young novice who left with Mrs. Buchanan, was stopped. Oh, no. The agents must be watching every exit. No one can come or go without being detected.
So, there's no hope. I'm never going to get out of this church.
Don't say that, Jenny. There is always hope.
But don't you understand? I've got to get to the concert today. I have got to prove to the world that the woman that is masquerading as David's wife is a fraud.
Oh, I'm sure there is another way.
No, there isn't another way. It's up to me somehow. I'm just going to make a run for it. That's all there is to it.
No, my dear, you mustn't. You would never make it, and then they'd have you as well as your David.
But that's a chance I'm going to have to take. Unless there's another way out of here. Sister, this church is very old. There's got to be a lot of underground passages.
I only wish there were. All the old passages were taken out, sealed up years ago. For safety's sake.
For safety's sake. Well, safety is not a luxury that I can afford right now. Not when David's life is at stake. I've got to go back to the original plan.
And simply walk out the front door. No, it is too dangerous, Jenny.
I have lived with danger ever since I got to Vienna. Please, dear, I can't let him stop me right now.
Please wait until your friends try again.
There is not enough time left.
I can't let you go. I won't let you risk your life so foolishly.
And I won't let them take David away from me. Sister, don't you understand? I'm going to lose him. I can't lose him. He's going to be behind the Iron Curtain forever. And I am not going to let that happen.
Now, that turkey. You know, he's been asking me about Cassie for weeks now. I am fed up.
You mean you haven't heard from her either?
What the hell is going on around here? Every time I turn around, I got somebody asking me about Cassie. Is she in trouble or something?
Come on, Rob.
No, really. I mean, is she in trouble? I know we're not married anymore, but I still care about what happens to her.
I'm sorry I upset you. As far as I know, Cassie's on her vacation, having a wonderful time.
Cassie Callis. Well, sure, I can trace the name for you, but you'll have to give me some more information.
Can you interface with Austrian customs?
No problem.
Good. Let's see if she's arrived in Vienna in the past 24 hours.
Okay, I'm scanning.
Come on, Tom. This information could prove vital.
Okay, I'm looking. Does the name Connie O'Neill mean anything to you?
Connie O'Neill?
Oh, what's wrong?
Your computer must have gone haywire. Connie O'Neill is no more than 15 feet. Of course. How could I be so stupid?
Craig?
There's no time to explain, Tom. You must reach Dirk in Vienna at once. Tell him Cassie Callison has arrived in Vienna, traveling on Connie O'Neill's passport. Jerks don't want to do this.
Oh, yeah? We're just having a party.
Damn it, you have been drinking all day. You ain't thinking straight.
All you have to do is share, Cordero. We're looking for love and not a fight.
Well, you found a fight because you are not going to touch this lady.
Open your eyes, Cord, man. This here ain't no lady. She ain't the kind you take home to Mama. She wants to have a good time.
That's not true. I only played that stupid game because I wanted to help the homeless kids.
Oh, we appreciate it, too. Only we're part of the prize, see?
Right. Okay, let's go. Let's see if you guys are man enough to take me one at a time.
Admitted to the press conference without proper credentials. All right. Your credentials, please.
Clinton Victoria Buchanan.
From the banner in Landview, Pennsylvania.
Could you hurry up, please? We're already late.
That's not my fault, is it?
But Vienna is a maze of one-way streets.
Nor did I design the city. Ah, yes, here you are. Mr. and Mrs. Buchanan. Go right up the stairs. The recital hall is to the left of the first level.
Press conference will be in the grand recital.
All these reporters here to see a man turn his back on his country. It's like a damn carnival.
It could turn out to be wilder than any carnival if Brad and Cassie can pull off their part of this plan.
Yes, the real Jenny Rinaldi. Showing up in full view of every camera, microphone, and flashbulb. I can't wait to see the look on their faces.
Neither can I. I just pray they are able to bring her here in time.
Madame is a vision.
Thank you, sir. Do I look like anyone you might know?
I don't know. It's hard to tell from the distance. Maybe Connie O'Neill. Still not too late to back out, you know.
Don't be silly. I bought this hat and this dress just for the occasion.
I know you're a big girl now, but you don't have to put on a brave act for me. This is going to be very dangerous.
I know that.
You still want to go through with it, knowing the risks?
Brad, you said yourself this is our only hope of freeing Jenny, and Jenny is our only hope of saving David, so what other choice do I have?
A lot of people would be trying to think of it for you right now.
Well, I'm not a lot of other people. Or haven't you noticed?
Yeah. I've noticed.
Besides, if you were willing to sacrifice that magnificent beard of yours, then I should be willing to take a few chances.
You? You as calm as you look?
No, not on the inside.
Well, I like what I see on the outside. I like it very much.
My mother warned me about men like you, Bradley Vernon.
Yeah, well, you know, you've changed. You're not the kid I used to know. I've changed, too.
Not too much, I hope. Not everything I heard about you was so bad.
Hey, you know, if we weren't standing on holy ground about to get ourselves killed, I might...
You might what?
Never mind. That's up to you. Church is about to begin. You ready?
Ready.
Each other, okay? Please, I'm just gonna leave El Paso. You don't have to do this, all right?
So tell me, which one of you guys am I gonna tear apart first?
Oh, Freddie, I don't know. Core's looking pretty mean today. I say we forget about it and split.
Yeah, I guess you're right. There's no use in soiling our duds if we ain't gonna win, huh?
So long, Cord. And Tina, you're looking for a good time. You come looking for us.
I told you, I am leaving town.
No hard feelings, Cord, huh?
Just a mistake.
Yeah, a big one. Tina, I am so sorry about this. You gotta believe me, El Paso is a great town, and most of the guys I know here are super. It's just that those two jerks are always in trouble or on the edge of it. They're just a couple of ignorant rednecks is all.
I know, look, there's a couple of those in any town over there. I'm not holding it against you, Cord. Let's just please, let's get out of here, okay?
We found this here little pitchfork. We thought it might change your mind about sharing the little lady.
No, hurt him!
I got him!
Adios, Cordero!
Thank you very... Wait a minute. Could you please check under Cassie Coronel? Maybe she's traveling under her married name. Oh. Well, thank you very much anyway. Bye.
Hi, Dorian.
What took you so long? Did you walk all the way from Pete's campaign headquarters?
I left as soon as you called.
Never mind. Listen, you've got to find Cassie. Richard Abbott says that she may be in danger.
Well, yeah, I imagine she could be.
Why do you imagine that?
Well, considering that her father's in the thick of it.
Yes, that's certainly true. I just wish that I knew where she was. I've tried a number of the country inns in Pennsylvania. If that doesn't pan out, then we're going to try New Jersey, up in New York State. Hello, are you with me?
Not exactly.
Connie, please, just take this list, go into the study, call them, ask if Cassie's there.
Dorian, do you really want to find her?
Of course I do.
Good. Call Vienna. Call every hotel you can. Only don't ask for Cassie Callison or Coronel. Ask for Connie O'Neill. Why on earth would they close the curtain while David was taking a bow?
The look on his face?
Darling, I think we've lost all control over this.
There's still no sign of Brad and Jenny. I want to find out what happened.
Wait a minute.
May I have your attention, please? Quiet. Everyone, quiet, please. I'd like to tell you what just happened. Would you all please take your seats? Maestro Rinaldi wasn't feeling very well earlier today. He's very tired. And so he needs a few moments rest, and then he will be back to play an encore. Thank you for your patience.
Cord, are you alive? Are you all right?
Don't worry about him. He's alive. He's just gonna have a little headache later, that's all.
He needs to see a doctor. Can't you see that?
Cord can have any ladies he wants around here. We're tired of him acting like he owns this town.
What are you doing to him? What are you... You're hurting me!
We're not gonna hurt you. Just stop fighting us and you'll be fine.
You're not gonna rape me. No, you're gonna have to kill me first.
Oh, we don't want to kill you, Tia. You're just a little thing. Easy to handle. Ow! Oh! Get her, John!
Pamela!
Oh, hello, sweetheart. When did you get home?
Just a few minutes ago, Richard Abbott called my secretary, said it was urgent. I come right over here. Had to cut short my business meeting.
Uh-oh, that sounds like something you do with Vienna.
Yes, but what? I've got Woody on standby in case I got to fly to Vienna to help out Clint and Vicky.
Oh, darling, even if there's a major emergency over there, by the time you get there, it's going to be over. The flight's too long.
Pamela, if I decide to fly out, I don't want any arguing with you, okay? I have to do what I have to do.
Yes, sir.
I don't like that tone.
Well, it's the same tone you're taking with me. It's very patronizing. All I'm trying to do is give you a pertinent fact.
All right, let's drop it. Where have you been?
I don't know if this is going to be a better topic. I was volunteering over at Herb's campaign headquarters.
Oh, I see. Things have been going pretty good between us, so you thought you'd stir it up again, huh?
Oh, come on, Asa, don't be ridiculous.
I thought we straightened out that issue.
You support Pete, I support Herb. That's how we resolved it.
In the privacy of a voting booth, fine, but you're out volunteering in public. The whole town knows we disagree on the candidate for DA.
Oh, come on, Asa, who cares?
I do.
You know something? You are upset because you're worried about Clint and Vicky. Now, don't take it out on me.
Hi.
Oh, Richard, what the hell's going on?
Now, take it easy. Things aren't great, but nothing horrible has happened. I just got off the phone with Hans, my contact over there. He's at the recital hall, and David is playing.
What about Jenny?
They're waiting for her. Now, there's a plan in motion to get Jenny out of the church where she's hiding and over to the concert hall so that she can denounce the defection.
Wait a minute, Jenny wasn't there when Hans called?
Not yet. Hans mentioned that Vicky and Clint are upset that Jenny's imposter actually had the gall to get on stage with David.
That's when Vicky should have yelled out right then and there. All right, what's so urgent how to break up my meeting?
I want you to get on the phone to some of your colleagues overseas, in particular Central Africa. I think that we may have a foreign agent in our midst.
Who?
Remember the man who came to your party with Cassie? A guy named Craig Stone?
The antique dealer, sure.
Yeah, well, it's been bugging the hell out of me where I know him from. I finally remembered, I think, but I can't be certain. He looks different.
What has that got to do with Central Africa?
Remember about 5 years ago in the nation of Jamenu, there was this tyrant who called himself Big Daddy?
Oh, yeah. That was a vicious sucker, but he didn't last too long, did he?
Well, luckily, he was overthrown in a few months. Anyway, I interviewed him at his camp in the bush, and he had this bodyguard with him, someone he called Firefly.
What are you saying, Richard, that he's connected to this Craig Stone?
I think that Craig Stone and Firefly are one and the same.
Well, have him arrested. The cops will get him to talk.
No, Ace, I don't want to tip my hand until I'm sure. Now, I figure this guy's a paid mercenary, probably better known overseas.
I mean, what is he doing in Landview?
Dating Cassie, or trying to. I figure he's assigned to stick close to her or anybody else in Landview who might want to contact Jenny and David.
You don't think Cassie said anything?
I don't know. But I'm worried that when she comes back, she could be in danger.
And we were worried about her going to Vienna.
All right, I'll make some calls, see what I can dig up. Oh, Richard, what's that code name?
Firefly.
Firefly.
Richard, I mean, what made you remember who this man was?
I ran into him at Dorian's earlier. He was asking about Cassie, and then it clicked.
Connie, what on earth are you talking about?
Your daughter has stolen my passport, and she is in Vienna.
You can't be serious.
You think I'd make this up? But she's... Where? Where?
Is it possible?
I'd bet on it. Cassie's missing. My passport's missing. She knew I was carrying my passport around in case I was dying to see Brad or something. She came to the campaign office, pretended that she lost her keys, and obviously that's when she took it out of my purse.
Something else is starting to make sense.
What?
That morning that I went to see her, she looked different. Her hair, her makeup. She was trying to resemble you.
Well, she succeeded because they didn't stop her at the airport.
How long have you known this?
Since I decided to leave.
And you waited this long to tell me?
I wanted to tell you, but I couldn't. Dee Dee said that you'd blow your stack and probably ruin her cover. And she was already in so much danger.
Pardon me, but what does Dee Dee have to do with me or my daughter? You're fired.
Fired? You got it. Wait a minute. Your daughter steals my passport, lies to you and the rest of us, and I'm fired?
I am firing you for lying and withholding information. I could have notified the Vienna authorities. She could have been deported 5 minutes after her plane landed.
That is exactly the point. No one's supposed to know that David's daughter was even around.
If anything happens to my daughter, I will never forgive you or David.
Hey, if Brad is killed, I'm coming after your whole family. You know, I've already lost a father because of the Lords and the Buchanans. Do you remember that?
Yes. It was really insensitive of me. I'm very sorry. Forgive me. I lost my temper inappropriately, and I'm sorry. So, what do you think I ought to do?
I think you should stay out of it. There's so much happening right now that calling around will only upset things.
Not if I'm looking for Connie O'Neill.
Dorian, if you could find Cassie, she won't listen to you. Obviously, she's not a good listener if she's sitting in Vienna right now.
That's certainly true. But I have to try. I have to hear her voice. I have to try to convince her to come home, or else I wouldn't be able to live with myself. I'll call a travel agent. I'll get a list of the hotels she's most likely to be staying at, and one way or another, we will find Connie O'Neill.
Damn it, man. Can't you see she's telling you the truth? David Rinaldi is being held against his will.
So you can show me a passport and prove your identity.
I don't have a passport.
No?
No, I mean, I had one, but they took everything.
Look, can you help us out? Will you talk to this guy? Yeah, right. I know, just following orders. Come on, we're going inside.
Please, sir.
Whoa, easy, easy. Peony's hardball. I'll play some other time.
Shut up, get into the train station double quick.
Brad, look.
David. We're not going to let him get away now.
Taxi!
Hey, you're American.
Yeah. Ich habe alle amerikanischen Filme gesehen. Follow that car. Hey, soldier, get the Clint Buchanan upstairs. Tell him we're on the trail. Come on, you don't always follow orders, do you?
This is another stunt, honey, and I've had it up to here.
Hold it!
Maestro should resume his concert in about 10 minutes. We're sorry for the delay.
Now, you listen. Whoever you are, I want to see David Rinaldi, and I want to see him right now.
Here we go. Get away from his house. You got so much food on you. Oh, it's off. You're still me. It's over. Okay, you're off. You ready? Hang on, Harry. We'll get back to you in a second.
Come on, let's get out of here and call the sheriff. These guys aren't going to be getting up for a while.
Nobody else is to get off this way. Come away. I haven't seen this show of brute strength. Get off of me. Get off. Are the cameras getting that? Because I want the world to know that this woman is not Jenny Rinaldi. She is a communist fake. This whole infection is a fake.
It's true. It's true. Jenny is my dearest friend, and she escaped from these people. This woman is an imposter.
Don't believe them. They just can't deal with the fact that David and I have chosen another life.
Fine. Let Mr. Rinaldi come out here and tell us that. They refused us permission to see him because they knew we'd find out the truth.
All right. I'll tell the truth. David has just been taken to the hospital in an ambulance. Oh, no. He is gravely ill. I didn't want to upset you because I knew until I knew more of the details.
She's lying. The whole scheme backfired, so they've taken David away.
Probably to the border.
I called more police.
Someone must know what's going on.
There's no more police needed.
The hell there's not.
Clint, Vicky, please. America won't take us. We're tired of hiding. We just want a place where we can be welcome.
Were the Buchanans hired by the NSB to disrupt the defection? Listen to me! Listen! Jenny Rinaldi escaped and took refuge in a church. Now, obviously, they convinced David that she's still being held captive. And that's how they're keeping him alive.
He's lying! Listen to me! They've taken my father! They've kidnapped him! He's alive! He's in a black limousine! Please, somebody do something, please!
I'm still gone back to California or something. According to my calculations, the David Rinaldi concert should be over by now. I should have gone over there myself.
Well, it's a good thing you didn't. Especially if you were right about Craig Stone.
Yeah, well, I wish I weren't. But I'm afraid I am.
Well, I bombed.
Yeah, so did I. I've tried all of the first-class hotels. There are so many medium-price hotels, I can't tell you. We could be here all day and still not find Cassie.
I was hoping I'd get her on the line first. So much for that friendship.
Listen, I can understand you being angry with Cassie, but you have to understand one thing, and that is her devotion to David just goes beyond any reason or history. For heaven's sakes, he stole her away from me when she was just a baby and then abandoned her so he could go off and study music and espionage. You would think that she would give up on the man, but oh, no.
Well, you're her mother, and it is your job to see that she's all right. And it's your job to forgive her and all of that. But that's my lover over there. And if she does anything to jeopardize Brad, I will never forgive her for this.
Remember one thing. Brad went over there because he wanted to help, the same way that Cassie did. I mean, you want to talk about obsessions that go beyond all laws of rationality?
Thank you so much, Dorian. I really needed to hear that.
I'm sorry, but it is the truth, and I'm not just saying it to detract from Cassie's foolishness.
Wait a second. Cassie wouldn't be in her hotel room right now. She'd be at the Berg Theater. It's her father's farewell performance. It's in progress right now.
Yes. Oh, and we'll have to listen on the news later and find out if it really did go off and if indeed Jenny and David did defect.
Well, what do you think?
I'm starting to come around to Cassie's way of thinking.
Yeah, that they were forced?
Exactly. I just had an idea. It's a long shot, but what the heck? I think I'm going to try and have Cassie paged at the Berg Theater. I'll call there. I'll ask for Cassie. No, I won't. I'll ask for Connie O'Neill. Yes, the overseas operator, please.
She's lying!
You're the liar! I came here to meet them myself. An American soldier told me that Jenny and Brad took off after the limo in a cab.
Yeah, where's it going?
To the hospital. I told you, you fools. The man is ill. That's why we only had one interview with the press. He had to conserve his energy.
Which hospital? We'll check. Why did he play at all if he was ill?
We won't prove that you are Jenny Rinaldi.
Well, we are your proof that she is not. We're Jenny's best friends, and this is David's daughter.
Look, someone has to stop them from taking David over the border. They would never willingly go to live in a communist country.
me! The Americans branded us a traitor. Of course we'd want to live in a home where we could be free.
If this isn't Mrs. Rinaldi, then where is she? How did she get away?
Johnny, I'm going to go call the embassy.
She was being transported in a limo. She asked to stop at a gas station so she could use the ladies' room. She slipped out a window. That's when she called my wife back in the States and asked her for help, told her she was in trouble. That's why we came over here in the first place. Then she hid out in a church, but the church was surrounded by enemy agents, agents that would grab her if she tried to leave.
They're making this all up.
No, I was there myself with Brad.
Who is Brad?
Jenny's ex-husband. That's the whole reason why we changed clothes. That's why I'm in this. And Jenny got away. She came here to tell you that this woman is an imposter. She's a fake!
But something alerted them. That's why they stopped this concert and took David away.
Please, you have to believe us. We have to stop talking about it and find that level before my father.
Hey, where do you think you're going?
Let go of me!
No, you're going to...
You! Put the gun away immediately! We have been alerted that this concert is becoming a circus of accusations and rebuttals.
This woman can answer everything. She's an agent posing as Jenny Rinaldi.
That's right. They took my father away in a black limousine across the border without his will. You have to stop that car.
We will look into it. Meine Damen und Herren, das Konzert ist zu Ende. Bitte verlassen Sie den Saal. Meine Damen, the concert is to end. Please leave. Thank you very much. Have you any identification?
No. I left my wallet at home.
Then we will take you to the station house so we can verify who you are. And your comrades will come with you.
Officer, wait a second. What about my father?
We will alert the border officials.
Wait. May I speak to this woman alone for a minute?
I don't want to speak to her.
Oh, your own stepdaughter, Jenny?
Officer, I just want to see if I can convince her to tell her where my father is.
I would rather be interrogated by
Just 1 minute, that's all I ask.
All right. Fine. I will deal with my stepdaughter's disillusionment.
Look, I'm willing to offer you $1 million if you'll just tell me where they've taken my father.
I don't want your money.
Look, you've lost already. There is no point in going on to pretend you're Jenny in front of the officials.
So what? They'll throw me out of the country. What of that? I really don't care. They'd never arrest me.
Won't that make your superiors very unhappy? Maybe you'll need the money to escape from them.
You are a very desperate young lady, but I'm not falling for any of this.
Please, I'm serious. I'll do anything to save my father.
Obviously. You felt very smug about getting Jenny out of the church, didn't you? But you see, it all backfired on you. You're as stupid as Jenny is.
Isn't there any way to reach you? Please. Isn't there anyone that you love more than life? Anyone that you would sacrifice everything for? If our positions were reversed...
But they're not. And don't talk to me of sacrifice. I've given most of my life to the party.
But where will the party be now? Where will their loyalty be? I can help you. I know a lot of powerful people. Please, I love my father very much.
Right. Maybe we can make a deal. Change your story. Confess to the press and the police that I am Jenny Rinaldi, and we can leave together.
Then you'll help me to see David.
I don't know where they've taken him, but I can make a call and I can find out, and I can promise thee, you will see your father.
But you don't know where he is. I mean, the reunion would have to be behind the Iron Curtain.
But you just said you loved him more than life itself. What does it matter where you see him?
No. Officer, take her away. She's lying. You must think I'm very naive.
Not as naive as you thought I was.
Ken, come. Ken, see you.
What is this all about?
I offered her money and freedom, and she tried to trick me. She told me that she had no idea what they were going to do with David. It's all because their plan fell through. Now they're just winging it. What did the American embassy say?
They said they were going to check into it.
Check into it? We need action.
We have to go after them.
Darling, we can't. We wouldn't know where to go.
I think it's all up to Brad and Jenny.
But Brad and Jenny have no arms. I mean, who knows how many agents have David?
Honey, you mustn't lose faith now.
Vicky, I don't think I can hold on any longer.
Bingo.
You found out?
Firefly is Max Gunther from East Germany, and you're right, he's a mercenary. He'll work for any country as long as they pay him top dollar, and he's more greedy than political.
Well, what about photographs? Are there any?
I'm afraid not, Richard. Those guys are kind of camera shy.
Well, then you can't prove he is really connected to Craig Stone.
I wish I could prove it to myself, but that's the problem here.
Like I said before, have them arrested. They'll get it out of them.
Oh, yeah, Ed Hall's going to go pick him up because of some guy I think I may have remembered. No, Stone's too clever. I figure he probably's covered his track. Probably has been buying and selling antiques.
I mean, so what are you going to do?
I'll tell you what we'll do. We're going to smoke them out. Put a story in the front page of the Banner about Firefly and how he's in town.
I just said that I wasn't sure.
Richard, we're not going to mention his name. He can't sue us. We don't identify him, can he?
No, but he could pack up and leave.
Well, isn't that exactly what we want, to get him away from Kathy?
I doubt it would be that simple.
Here's what's simple, Richard, huh? We get a couple of 6-guns. We drag him to his room, and we make him talk.
Asa, I'm not into that Old West stuff, okay?
You listen to me. The world today, with these terrorists shooting and bombing, what do? Sit around and talk and look for proof and all that garbage.
Yeah, I would almost agree with you if I was certain that Craig Stone was Max Gunther.
Mm-hmm.
But I'm not going to go shoot somebody unless I know for sure.
In the meantime, huh? He gets away.
Do you think we could possibly have a constructive conversation here? And let's see if we can prove who he is without letting him know that we are trying to do that.
Richard here would prefer to talk theory, because that's easier.
All right, but do you know where he's staying?
At the Vernon Inn. Wait a second. I wonder if Rob would help me out.
Are you kidding me? Of course he will. He's still in love with Cassie. He'll help.
Do you have an idea?
Yeah, I'll let you know if it turns out or not.
Now, hold it right there. No. Tell us first.
Now, why waste time?
Will you tell me something? Why all these preppies think they know more than I do?
He's just being cautious, and that is smart. Listen, we're talking about a paid killer. I mean, he's not going to stick around for a libel suit, Asa.
Libel, bullets. You know we're cowards. We spend our time worrying instead of doing what our guts tell us to do.
Oh, Lord, please bring Clint and Vicky back soon.
Come on. Take the car back to the embassy, Rupert.
What, Dirk?
You've done quite enough damage already. Better buy yourself some warm clothes. It gets very cold in Siberia.
Here, come on, Cord. Why don't you just lie down over here, okay?
Only if you lay down next to me.
Now, Cord, come on now. I know you're hurt.
Look.
Look, just right here, okay?
The doctor said I would be fine in a couple of days. It's just a few bruised ribs, that's all. No big deal.
Yeah, and quite a headache, I'm sure.
Well, I wouldn't know about that. My ribs hurt too much to notice.
You really are something else, you know that?
Yeah, well, you're pretty good yourself.
I just can't believe I came all this way down to Texas to start all this trouble.
Whoa, now wait a minute. You did not start anything here. Tell you the truth, I'm kind of glad this all happened. Only because I know how it turned out. You heard what the sheriff said. He's been looking for a reason for years to throw Freddie and Jocko into jail. Well, now that's where they are, and that's where they belong.
Yeah, they're animals. They belong in the zoo.
Tina, they're dirt, so please, just forget about them, all right?
Yeah, this one little trip of mine, it sure didn't turn out how I thought it would. Maybe I just ought to go home.
Hey, wait. Now, you know, if you'd never come down here, you never would have met me.
Yeah, that's right. And it has been wonderful for me to meet you. It's just that I feel like it's history repeating itself, you know? I try to do something really good, and what happens? It turns into something bad.
Well, I don't call this bad, you and me being together.
Cord, do you think think I look cheap.
What?
No, I mean it. I mean, those guys thought I was a tramp, and it was all because of the way I look.
Please stop talking about them, all right? Now, you are not cheap in any way. Those guys just thought what they wanted to think, that's all. You are a very special woman, Tina. And I will not have you talking about yourself like that.
And you are a very special man, Cord.
Yeah? Well, wait till you see me at that rodeo.
What, with those ribs? Are you crazy?
Hey, this isn't even gonna slow me down.
No. Look, I think what needs to be done here is I need to go back to Landry for a little bit, and then you need to get some rest.
Look, you are not going anywhere, little lady.
Cord, Cord, are you all right?
Here, forget it. Like the Americans say, you made my day. Good luck. We will be releasing information on this case through normal channels.
But have you cleared up Mrs. Rinaldi's identity yet?
We are working on it. Now, please.
Officer, I forgot that I have a picture of David and Jenny with me. You can see for yourself.
It's clear to me. May I take this, please?
Yes, of course. I wish we knew what went wrong. I wish we knew why the agents knew to stop the concert.
Maybe Brad and Jenny had trouble getting in, and another agent spotted them outside.
I would like the three of you to come to the station also. There are obviously things happening in our country that we know nothing about. Why didn't any of you contact us?
Because we were quite unsure as to who was friend or foe. After all, we've been followed. Our phone has been tapped.
Yes, but not by the Austrian government.
Anyway, we can't leave here now because Jenny and Brad are on David's trail. If they are, they're going to contact us here.
We promised to cooperate later. I can certainly identify the agents that have been following us around.
There will be a problem, of course. Diplomatic immunity will come up time and again. And no doubt it is coming up now regarding this woman, Mrs. Rinaldi.
But at least they've been embarrassed, and if we can get David back, then they'll be doubly so.
Oh, please excuse me. Hello? I do not believe so. Is there here a Connie O'Neill?
Yes, that's me. I mean, it's not me, but I'll explain it to you later. Hello?
Oh, darling, is that you?
Mom, why are you calling me here?
Oh, thank God. Are you all right?
Yes, but they kidnapped David, and we don't know where he is.
Sweetheart, are you in any danger?
No, I'm fine, believe me. Look, it's David you've got to worry about.
And what about Jenny? Is she with him?
No, but she hasn't been all along. She's safe, I think. Look, I have to get off the phone because we're waiting to hear from...
And Clint and Vicky, are they all right?
Yes, they're here with me. Mom, I'll explain everything when I get home. Bye.
All right. What about Brad?
Oh, what about Brad?
Cass... Sorry, she'd already hung up.
We still don't know anything.
Well, I'm sure he's all right, but she didn't even mention him. Everybody's all right except for David. He was apparently taken away in a car.
I can't believe you didn't even bother to ask about Brad. Forget about firing me, Dorian, because I quit.
Thank you very much for coming. I hope to see you again soon.
Thank you, you will.
Bye-bye.
Bye now.
Rob! Hey, Richard, how are you?
I'm doing okay.
Good. I hope you're not looking for a story. It's very quiet around here these days.
Too quiet, maybe. You have a guest registered as Craig Stone, right?
I sure do.
Yeah, what do you know about him? Anything?
Why do you ask?
It's important, Rob.
Okay, I don't mind telling you that I hated this guy from day one, all right? So I did some checking on him. It looks like he's some kind of an antique dealer or something like that, and that his permanent address is the address that he gave us. That's about all.
Yeah, is he still here?
Yeah, I saw him this morning. Come on, what's going on?
I'm suspicious of him.
Well, join the club. I've been feeling that way for weeks, ever since he walked in and started talking about Brad and Jenny Vernon, and then he started hanging around Cassie a lot.
Yeah, well, we're on the same track, Rob, but I don't have enough information on him yet. Look, I think that he's dangerous, and he could be a threat to Cassie.
Well, come on, let's go find him and find out what's going on.
Now, let's try to trap him first. Now, I've got a plan to identify him, but I'm going to need your help.
Anything, just name it. Anything you want. I hate this guy. I'll do anything. I mean, even if he's not dangerous. I just don't want him hanging around Cassie, you know?
Well, your heart's hanging out there, buddy.
Oh, well, is he an agent or something, or what?
Just trust me on this, Rob. After I ascertain who he is, I'll let you know.
Fine, fine. Just tell me what you want me to do.
Will you, Paul? I need to have it tighter.
Cord, please. You ought to be home resting, not riding in a rodeo.
It takes more than a couple of bruised ribs to keep me out of action, Ma. That right, Pa?
Your Ma's right, Cord. One throw from that Bronco.
Hey, come on. Who was the man who brought in that prize Angus with his arm in a sling, huh? Think I'm about to let my old man outdo me?
Well, that's different.
Yeah, it's a hell of a lot more dangerous is what it is. Hey, besides, I do not want to lose this prize today.
You see what I say, Maria? You see what I say? He gets his mind set on something, and it's impossible to get him off of it. He won't change his mind for anything.
You know, the El Paso Roundup is going to be here soon, and by then you'll be well. Well, Cord, what is so special about today?
What is so special is that I made a promise to Tina.
Oh. Hasn't she caused you enough trouble?
It is not her fault that she is beautiful, all right? Pa, this is going to need to be tighter.
Cord, is it possible that she provoked those men who attacked you?
Oh, Ma.
It was just a couple of guys kicking it up, Maria. Could have happened to anybody.
But they picked her.
Well, I just wish I could have been there to lend you a hand.
Hey, we did all right. And, you know, Tina got in a few good shots herself there.
Cord, you are not listening to me. Could you please,
Tina.
please use...
Oh, man, I was worried. I thought you'd missed the big moment, huh?
Cord, please don't ride today. Please, don't. Tape do if you fall off that Bronco?
Well, I believe that the main idea is to stay on.
Yeah, but what if you don't stay on?
Well, just you watch me then, huh?
Cord, those are some of the wildest horses on the circuit.
But, Cord, will you please just listen to us?
Hey, what is this? Are you two in cahoots or something?
We happen to be worried about you. It is the one thing you and I agree on.
Well, look, lay off, will you? Because I've already been ganged up on once today, and Jocko and Freddie weren't half the trouble that you two are.
This isn't funny.
All right, you heard him, Maria. That's enough. Cord's a good writer. He knows what he can do and what he can't do.
Normally, I would agree with you, but not today.
Look, Cord, I don't want you to have to do this just for me.
Of course I am doing this for you. I promised you first prize, didn't I? Silver belt buckle?
Yes, but you don't have to prove anything to me.
The only thing I'm trying to prove to you is this. That was for good luck. You don't mind, do you?
No, I don't mind. What I mind is you hurting yourself.
Me? Look, I never felt better in my life.
Oh, all right. All right. If I can't talk you out of it, then at least I'll give you this. You can wear it for luck, okay?
Thank you.
All right, son, come on. Your event's coming up.
All right. Well...
Cordero.
Ma, can you stop worrying about me? I am about to give the ride of my life. And you, remember that this is all for you. Come on, Pop. I'll be watching for you in the stands.
Look, I tried to talk him out of it. I did. Mrs. Roberts, if there's something about me
Tina,
that bothers you, why don't you just tell me?
Tina, I want you out of here. And out of Cord's life for good.
I don't really think they're going to get away with it.
What makes you say that?
Well, I think that the world is finally going to realize that David would never defect, especially not without Jenny.
Big deal, so we've got the truth on our side. I'm sorry if I'm acting like a baby.
No, darling. You're acting like someone who loves her father very much, that's all.
He's never going to know that I'm here. He's never even going to know that we've tried to help him.
Cassie, he knew long before this crisis how you felt about him.
And you did a very, very brave thing today.
It didn't work, so who cares? I'm just going to sit by myself for a while.
How do you feel?
A lot more worried than I would like Cassie to know. My God, Clint, we could lose them all three. David, Brad, and Jenny.
Now, do I have to give you the same speech that you just gave Cassie?
No.
Huh?
No. But I think we should be prepared.
Well, How do you feel physically?
For that, Reed, how's the baby? Baby's fine.
I've been doing pretty good, haven't I? I mean, not asking every 5 minutes.
Yes, you have, actually.
I've been tempted to ask every 5 minutes, but every time I get the urge, I just kind of catch myself.
I miss the children. I hope they're all right. When this is all over and we get back home and we can move back into our house again, I don't think I ever want to leave there, ever.
Sweetheart, I know just how you feel. Want to run the newspaper, raise our 3 children, and just lock the whole world outside, right?
I don't think I've had much chance the last couple of days to tell you how much I love you.
How much?
More than you could ever imagine. And poor Cassie. She'd like so much to be able to tell her father that she loves him one more time. I wish we weren't so helpless sitting here.
Something's got to give soon.
Yes?
Hey, Craig. Hi, it's Rob Coronel. Look, I was wondering if maybe you could meet me down in the lobby.
No, I'm busy. What do you want?
Well, you see, I've got something I need to discuss with you. I kind of have a problem. See, I thought you were checking out today. But you're still here.
Who told you I was checking out? I certainly never planned to.
Well, nobody made it up, I'm sure. Look, the problem I have is that I kind of promised your room to another guest.
I never gave a departure date. Why should I give up my room?
Well, can you just come down here and talk to me for it, just for a little while, face to face? I'm sure we'll work something out.
For heaven's sakes, all right. I'll be right down.
Baby. He's coming down.
Just stay cool, and don't give him anything that'll make him suspicious, okay?
Okay.
I'm really sorry. So am I, Connie. I just really am surprised that you've given your heart to Brad so completely. I mean, under the circumstances.
Well, I didn't do it all on purpose. You'd think I would have learned by now, but I don't know. I saw him again, and my life is very crazy right now.
Tell you what, I think if he were hurt, Cassie would have let me know.
Well, do you think? What do you think would happen if they found David and they just left Jenny?
You mean, what would Brad do? I think he would go after her the way he always has. I'm sorry, but I really did think this wasn't the time to pretend.
No, it's not like I haven't thought about this already. It just really hurts me, and someone else has to say it, too. I've got a really thin thread on Brad.
Well, could be a lot sturdier than you think. Unless, of course, Jenny yanks it.
Okay, let's say the good guys win. Let's say David and Jenny are reunited and there's a happy ending.
Then Brad would be able to reassume his identity, right?
Yeah, but in terms of us, he's always going to compare me to Jenny. Will I ever be able to compete with this woman?
Brad, there's so many.
Yeah, too many. Maybe they're already gone to the platforms. Find her. Come on.
What have I done to Cord or you?
Do I have to spell it out? My son was nearly killed, Tina.
Yeah, and I was nearly raped.
Do you wonder about that? I do. Do you wonder why they followed you, why they wanted you that way?
You're blaming me for that?
I'm blaming you for creating trouble, for provoking those men and leading them on.
I did not lead them on. Mrs. Roberts, those are very sick men.
What? Still you continued to parade in front of them. You teased them, making them give you money and sitting there in those clinging wet clothes.
Look, I did that for charity. Nobody else was volunteering, and it was for those poor homeless kids. Look, Cord wanted
Don't
me to
you
volunteer.
dare blame this on Cord.
And don't blame it on me. Look, Mrs. Roberts, I understand why you are so upset here, all right? I mean, when I saw Cord lying there, and he was hurt, and there wasn't anything I could do about it, I really wish I'd never even seen this place. But I don't think I did anything wrong, and I don't think I did anything to provoke those men.
So you're saying that it was unconscious?
I'm saying that it wasn't anything.
Is it anything that he's out there riding with a bruised rib, that he could be hurt for life?
Look, I tried to stop him. You saw me do that.
I saw you give him your scarf like some great lady out of a romantic novel. You are playing with my son, Tina. The way you played with those other men. Now, trust me. When I tell you, I will not let this happen.
And neither will I. Look, Mrs. Roberts, I care a great deal about your son. He is so honest and open, and I would never do anything to hurt him. Why can't you just believe that?
Because I don't trust you. I don't trust your motives for being here in the first place.
I told you I was here to check out that letter.
You mean that letter to your supposed friend, Clint Buchanan?
He is my friend.
Well, then why aren't you back in Landview? There was nothing of importance in that letter. What are you doing here, Tina?
Because Cord wants me to be here. He wants me to see him ride.
And after that?
I don't know.
Uh-huh. Well, what about the rest of your friends in Landview? Don't they miss you? Aren't they wanting to know when you're going to be back?
No, Look, I don't even know if I want to go back to Landview right now, and there's no reason for me to.
And there's no reason for you to be here. You are not wanted here, Tina. You don't fit in.
Why? Because you say so?
No, because of what happened. A girl like you can only hurt men. Whether you intend to or not, you are trouble for my son.
Look, I really don't know what it is you have against me or why you are saying these things to me. But I did not lie to Cord. I have never lied to him. I have never presented myself as anything but what I am. Look, your husband even likes me.
My husband doesn't question many things, Tina. He accepts everything for the way they appear to be, the way they seem. He is a very good and very simple man.
Good. Then that's obviously where Cord gets it, because they have both accepted me.
They don't see through you. They don't know all the lies you've been telling.
I have not lied.
Tina, first you said that Clint Buchanan sent you down here to find out why my mother wrote the letter.
Yes, and that's true.
Okay, then you said you have no friends, and that's why you're not going back to Landview, because there are no friends in Landview. Now, which is it, Tina? And if you are so concerned about my son, if you really cared about him, you could have stopped him from riding. But no, you had to prove something to him, the way Cord has to prove his manhood to you. You have to prove that you can manipulate him. Because this is the only sense of power you know, isn't it?
That's not true.
It's the only way you want a man, isn't it, Tina?
No.
Don't do this to my son. Please. Don't even think about taking him away from here. I swear to you. You'll regret this more than you realize.
Why do you hate me so much?
I don't hate you. But for my son's sake, I want you to leave El Paso. While he's out there riding, before he knows what's happened. Leave.
All right, you won't need to worry about Jenny.
Well, it's not my memory I'm concerned with, it's Brad.
Connie, come on now. I mean, the man really isn't worth it. No man is. If he doesn't appreciate you for what you are, then who needs him?
Well, can you speak for yourself on that with David when he was after Jenny?
Oh, you could tell I was talking from experience. Yeah, I don't know what that woman has. However, whatever you do, don't try and imitate her.
I don't want to imitate her. I just wish I could see into the future.
It's no use. He's going to have to hurt you very badly before you give him up.
You say that like you're so sure that he will.
I've known him for many years. Just prepare yourself. Listen, I'm going to change and go over to Ace's. Richard Abbott said he was going to be there running a background check on Craig Stone. You stay here, please, because I'm hoping that Cassie will be true to her promise and call.
Yeah, sure. Okay.
So, here I am.
Yeah, great. Thanks a lot. Why don't we have a seat over here and we can talk?
As I told you before, I'm busy. You obviously have a very incompetent reservation clerk who gave Ray a room he shouldn't have. Now, you're just going to have to convince the next guest to go away unless you can convince me to leave.
I don't suppose there's much hope of that, is there?
None whatsoever.
Well, when do you think you might be leaving?
I see. I see. This hustle really is about Cassie, isn't it?
And what makes you think that?
You've lost the lady, and now you're angry as hell that I've been seeing her.
Now, wait a minute, all right? I asked you to come down here to discuss a hotel matter. Let's leave Cassie the hell out of this, all right?
You've never left her out of it. I may just decide to stay here for months, and I may decide to see Cassie for months. What do you think about that?
Oh, yeah? Oh, yeah? Well, have you talked to Cassie about this yet? Because personally, I think that the woman has a hell of a lot better taste than to be seen hanging around with you. So why don't you just move on out of here, pal?
What are we going to do? Wait here forever for the phone to ring?
Well, believe it or not, it's only been a few minutes.
You know, maybe I should go check with the police. I mean, see if they've come up with anything. There's no reason for all three of us to be sitting here.
No, sweetheart, no. You can't do that. Brad and Jenny might call here. We might need you. They might need you.
They've probably killed my father. They're not going to bother risking to wait whether he gets over the border or not.
Kathy, you have to stop that, darling. You really do. You must do something productive now. Like pray.
All right, I'll check this straight. You check that one up there.
He's on the train.
Come on, let's get inside.
No, please. We can't let them take him. We were so close and we almost stopped them.
Why'd you bring me back here?
Because I saw this spot yesterday, and I knew that it would be a perfect spot to take your picture. Just come right over here. Relax. Just relax.
Relax, I don't know what to do.
You'll be fine. Just smile. I'm just going to take your picture. All right? You ready? Relax. Relax.
Relax.
Yeah, you're doing fine.
What?
Okay, that's nice. That's nice. Okay, come on. Give me a little bit more of a smile. You can do it.
What? More of a smile? I thought you were just taking pictures to remember me by.
Well, my pa says anything worth doing is worth doing for money.
Yeah, well, I can't pay you a dime.
It's professional attitude that counts here, all right? Now just kind of tilt your hat back a little bit.
What? What, like this?
A little bit more. Yeah, there you go. There you go. Oh, this is nice. This is nice, Tina. Oh, you know, you have got such beautiful hair. Just kind of shake your back a little bit. Shake it, like Farrah Fawcett. Yeah, just shake it. There you go. Come on. Yeah, that's good. That's good. That's nice. Oh, good. Now, just kind of pretend like you're making love to the camera. You know what I mean?
What?
It's an expression, all right? I want to see all that warmth and emotion you got all locked up inside, okay?
Oh, well, maybe it's not all locked up inside.
Well, why don't you just let me see it, okay? Oh, yeah. Oh, come on, give it to me. Yeah, that's good.
Cord.
This is good. Yeah, a little more.
Cord, in case you've forgotten, I have to go back home tomorrow morning.
Yeah, well, I remember you mentioning something about that, but you can't go till I get this film developed.
Cord.
You can't go.
All right. Where do you want me now?
For now, I'll take you right over there with the saddle.
If I can get up.
Ready?
Okay.
Okay, just like that. Just like that. That's good. Oh, that's nice. Wait, right there, right there. Seeing your ex-wife, or you having an incompetent reservation clerk?
It's about both, but let's stick with Cassie for right now. I don't want you seeing her again.
And I don't want to stand around here arguing with a hot-tempered ex-husband. Cassie is a grown woman. She can see who she wants to see, and I don't intend to give up my room either, so you please excuse...
Just wait a minute now. I can't do anything about that room right now. You give me a couple minutes, and maybe I can find another one.
I'm not interested.
Look, you don't have a choice in the matter, all right?
I'm afraid I do. You talk to your lawyers.
I'm not talking to anybody. Look, I'll give you a room, all right?
I already have a room.
It's a real sunny room and everything like that. It's bright and for cheap, real cheap.
Why is this so important to you? What do you keep looking over there for?
Just a minute, Stone.
Now what?
Oh, you know, I've been racking my brain trying to figure out where we first met, and it suddenly hit me.
Bravo. Another miracle.
I wouldn't take this so lightly, Mr. Stone.
Hello? It's Brad.
What? Did he find David?
What? Brad, please, I can't hear. Brad, I'm sorry. Did you manage to find David?
Yeah, we found him too late. He's on the train with Dirk and one of his goons.
Oh, no.
What happened? Did something happen to David?
No.
I found out that they're on the Embassy Express. They're not going to stop until they reach Czechoslovakia.
Oh, you know, he's all right. They're just taking him across the border. Is Jenny all right?
Well, not really. I just wish there was something more I could do.
Brad, listen. Maybe there is. You've got to get Jenny to the Czechoslovakian border. Just find out wherever the train crosses it, okay?
Vicky, do you have a plan?
I'm not sure yet, but get Jenny there, okay? And tell her not to give up hope, because David hasn't crossed that border yet.
Honey, what the hell is going on?
Look, the agents have taken David aboard a train, the Embassy Express. It's headed straight for Czechoslovakia. Cassie, we're not finished yet, honey. Look, Hans, can we catch that train?
It's extremely difficult, but I guess it's possible.
What good is that going to do anyway? It's headed straight for Czechoslovakia.
But maybe we can stop it. Hans, you have connections, don't you?
They've never proven time. But wait, you say the Embassy Express?
Yes.
It's heading for Prague, that's true, but there's one final stop before the border. It's a small town called Reykjavik.
All right, well, that gives us another shot. Look, if we can beat the train... Do you have a car?
It belongs to the legation, but it's at your disposal.
Okay, great, let's go.
No, you can't go with us.
Well, why not? You're going to need all the help that you can get.
I know, that's why you have to stay here. Look, there's something much more important that has to be handled from here, and only you can do it.
I couldn't care less where we may have met. And don't you have anything better to do?
Well, it must be the reporter in me. Never could stand an open question.
I'm going to go check on your room, all right?
We've been through this before. Paris, Berlin, the south of France, and every time you strike out. Why don't you just give up?
No, there's no need to. You see, I had this sense of deja vu. You know, where something comes back from your past life and then all of a sudden...
You really believe in that nonsense?
Not always, but in this case.
Whatever you're going to say, I'm sure you're mistaken. If you'll excuse me.
Paging Mr. Max Gunther. Paging Mr. Max Gunther. Paging Mr. Max Gunther.
That was Jenny, damn it. You said she was across the border. What's she doing in Vienna?
You're shouting.
She's been in Austria all the while, hasn't she? She's been trying to reach me.
You're fantasizing, but don't worry. Your beloved Jenny will be with you.
She tried to escape from you, didn't she? That's why you couldn't put her on the phone, and that's why you hauled in Greta for this phony Jenny speech, because Jenny was already free.
Don't get so excited. It's just a case of a mistaken identity.
All right, you tell me something. Why'd you close the curtain before my speech?
Because your speech was no longer essential.
Oh, come on. That speech was your propaganda coup of the decade. Instead, I found myself facing a closed curtain with pistols at my head. Why?
Keep your voice down.
Because Jenny was about to arrive at the concert and expose your whole miserable scam, and there wouldn't be anything you could do about it, right?
Why don't you keep quiet?
And I, oh, God, like a fool, how could I have been so stupid? It almost worked.
Sit down.
I'm through taking orders from you scum.
How'd you like being alive?
Without Jenny, not much.
Let me help you.
Oh, please. Be my guest. Kill me. Try explaining that to the Austrian authorities. This is not a thing you can do to me anymore. You've got no hold on me. Hey, sorry, fellas, but this is where I get off.
Last one. Just give me your brightest smile, all right?
Court, I am all smiled out.
One
Can we
more.
stop?
There. That was perfect. Okay, we'll call that a wrap. Come on down. Oh.
Yeah, you certainly know your way around the camera, don't you?
It's easy when you got the right subject. Now, to show my appreciation, I would like to take you out to dinner tonight.
Court, I
Hey,
really don't
look,
think...
you've already agreed to stay until I get this film developed. So I think you should go out to dinner with me. Now, I know this great little Tex-Mex
No,
place.
Kurt, I did not agree to stay until the film is developed. In fact, I told you I have to move on.
Without one of these prints? Hey, come on, what kind of model are you?
I'm not a model. I only agreed to do that, but for you. And you can just mail them to me.
How can I do that? I don't even know where you're headed next.
Well, I'll let you know when I get there.
Can't accept that, sorry. Professionally speaking, of course. Now, what do you say I take you back to your hotel and we'll just take it from there?
Take what from me?
The discussion, of course.
Gordon, let me ask you something.
Go ahead, shoot.
If you take me back to my hotel, just what do you think is going to happen?
We'll talk, or, whatever.
Yeah. Yeah, you see, it's the whatever that I'm worried about. I really don't think we should start anything right now.
Tina, I think something has already started here, don't you?
Yeah, well, I don't think we should, like, let it continue anymore. It's just gonna make things a lot harder to see.
Tina, I want saying goodbye to me to be the hardest thing you've ever done. I'm not gonna lie to you, Tina. I want you. Is that some kind of big insult to you to say that I want you? I want to get to know you better. Hey, I want to show you my town. I want to show my town, Tina Lord.
No, it is not an insult to me. In fact, it is very flattering, but I don't know how to handle all this attention, Cord. You're gonna spoil me.
Honey, I am just getting started. Now, come on. You like Tex-Mex cuisine? We're talking about real hot stuff. 5-alarm salsa and a little tequila with some salt and lime.
5-alarm salsa.
Mm-hmm.
Is that how you show your ladies around here a good time?
Only the ones we're really nuts about. So what do you say? Think you can handle it?
Oh, I don't know.
Come on. See what we can do.
You said I could kill you. Did you really mean it?
We're still in the West. You're going to have a hard time explaining the body.
All we have to do is have Dieter open up the window. Quite simple. One bullet, one shot.
They'll still know you did it.
No one will know a thing. Even the Western press will suspect the NSB you're a traitor. It's finished for you. An ignominious end for a once famous composer. And your choice. I'd love to make Jenny a widow.
Peter?
Cups?
Give me a hand. Should have fun explaining this to the conductor.
Nothing has to be explained to the conductor. And you were within seconds of having your creative brain splattered about the Austrian countryside. And I'm still talking to you.
Save it for the Politburo.
Such resentment. Oh, I thought we were rather estranged. However, it's not too late, David. When we arrive in Prague, I can still call the press together. We can still have the aligned nations trumpet your arrival. Much as it turns my stomach, you can still be treated as a hero.
For coming so willingly across the border?
And for admiring our politics so completely that you even were willing to leave Jenny in the West. If it had been up to me, you would both have been killed when you were at the chalet.
What do you have in mind for me now, Dirk? A charming little summer camp in Siberia?
Oh, some modest house in the country, obviously with a piano, and you're free to compose anything you like.
Free? You don't know the meaning of the word.
I believe you once worked for us, didn't you?
Never again. Is that clear? Never.
Well, remember that if you fail to cooperate, you will be utterly useless to us.
Go ahead, shoot me. I don't care. All I care about is that Jenny is free.
Oh, no. No, my friend. At this stage, a bullet would be far too quick for someone who has humiliated us in public, ruined our plans, and done everything to bring us down. In fact, there's still a score to settle between us.
Well, no offense, Dirk, but I think I'll take Siberia.
You murdered Aida York. And Aida was 10 times the woman that Jenny will ever be. And you pay for this.
Cassie's right. The two of you can never overpower Dirk and his man.
No, but we're not going to be alone. We're going to have the power of the press with us, and that's where you come in.
What do you want me to do?
Look, we still have half the world press standing right outside, don't we? They're waiting there to file their stories. Get them back in here. Tell them what's happened. This is going to be the hottest story of their lives. They're bound to show up at the border, right?
There's no way that train can pull out with half the world press watching. Now, if we can stall the train long enough to find David, Dirk will have to admit everything.
That's right, and David will be free.
That's
Vicky,
right.
I think it'll work.
I think so,
Listen,
too.
Hans, will you help Cassie round up the reporters?
Yes, of course. I hope they can make it in time.
Well, if we don't get moving, we won't make it in time.
Okay,
Get those
okay.
reporters to the border as fast as you can.
And wish us luck. We're going to need it.
Good luck.
Good luck.
I love you.
Come on.
Take a seat, Herb. I'll buy you a drink.
Oh, I'll pass. What's this about Craig Stone?
I finally put it together, Herb. I'm convinced that Stone is behind the Rinaldi kidnapping.
I don't get it. Rinaldi's in Vienna and Stone is here.
Well, the way I see it, he's here to watch over Cassie. Maybe you haven't noticed, but he's been asking a lot of questions about her.
Well, it's not exactly concrete evidence.
I know, but when you start to think about it, it adds up. This guy suddenly introduces himself to Cassie, claiming that he knew Brad and Jenny in Europe. And then he's been hanging around her ever since. Yeah, he even wormed his way into Ace's party the night that Jenny called from Vienna.
Gathering inside information?
Right. Yeah, Rob's been suspicious of him all the time. So have I. I just couldn't place him.
Have you?
A few years ago, I was a correspondent on assignment covering a rebellion in a small country in Central Africa. Now, fortunately, the rebellion didn't happen, but because the guy was a real tyrant. But the guy that was his right-hand man, who was behind the throne, was a mercenary, and his code name was Firefly.
A.K.A. Craig Stone.
A.K.A. Max Gunther. Now, Asa checked them out for me. Now, Craig Stone is also an alias. It turns out Gunther's been busy. Most of his assignments come from behind the Iron Curtain.
How'd you make the connection?
Well, Rob and I pulled a little ruse. Now, I couldn't be sure if Stone was the guy that I remembered, so Rob kept him busy while I had a waiter page Max Gunther.
You bit?
Well, he was too smart to say anything, but I watched his face. Total panic. Now, there's no doubt in my mind, Herb. Craig Stone is Firefly.
You have any actual proof of a link to Rinaldi?
Well, that's where you come in. I want you to check him out with NSB.
Yes, well, I'll get right on it. Who else knows?
Well, Rob, of course, and Asa, that's it.
Yeah, Asa might be a problem. You better sit on him. I want to make sure that I've got enough information to make an arrest before Stone gets wind of any investigation. You'll be sure he'll fly the coop.
You better keep an eye out for the police, darling. We're moving along pretty well.
Let him come. We can use the escort.
I know, but we might have a tough time explaining ourselves.
Honey, I got to keep the pedal to the metal or we won't beat the train. How we doing? We're not lost, are we?
No, we're on the right road. As a matter of fact, we have to make a left turn right up on the Morgenstrasse, which should be right now.
I'm saying that. Honey, we're on the wrong road.
I know, we're finished. But listen, with any luck, we'll make it to Reykjavik before the train. Oh, this is fine. Morgenstrasse, it's a half a kilometer. And then you make the left, and then it's a straight road all the way to Reykjavik. And I think it's going to take about an hour.
Well, that's if there's no traffic, no detours, and no flat tires.
Yeah. Honey, the train doesn't stop there for very long, so we're going to have to move pretty quickly to find the right compartment.
Well, we've got to come up with some way to get the conductor to hold the train. So...
There's the exit. Honey, slow down. Clint, we're going to miss the exit.
In less than an hour, you'll be but a footnote in history, and we'll be across the border.
You'll be crossing it without me.
Oh, did you hear that, Dietzer? He's got another plan.
It's very simple. Let's have a little talk with the Austrian police when they check passports.
And what did you tell them?
Oh, I'll think of something.
Enlighten them, Dieter, will you?
That's right, Winkle. Only the Czech border guards will be getting on. And I don't think they'll be very interested in your story.
And when we're across the border, you will be whisked into an interrogation center, and then I shall have the opportunity of giving you a more formal order.
Conductor, call the police. These men are trying to kidnap me. Got to help me. They're trying to sneak me across the border. Do you speak English?
A little. American?
Yes, of course I'm American.
In his mind, he's always American.
Oh,
He escaped from one of our institutions.
What?
Oh, there, please, take it easy. I don't know how he got across the frontier.
He's lying.
Fortunately, he hasn't done much harm, but he gets a bit wild.
Look, please, just call the authorities. You've got to help me.
Yes, of course I will.
Look, you've got to believe me. Please get me out of these.
Just as a formality. May I see your credentials?
Oh, yes, of course, yes.
Oh,
yes.
they don't mean anything. They're
Here we
phony.
are.
Listen, look at me. Hey, look at me. You recognize my face? You read a paper? I've been in the papers.
He thinks he's someone famous.
Oh, yes, he's got delusions of grandeur.
My name is David Rinaldi. I am a conductor and composer and pianist. I just
But we shall get him back to the institution, and then we shall get him...
Listen to me. They kidnapped my wife, but she escaped. And they're trying
Please,
to...
for the safety of the other passengers, make sure he doesn't leave the country.
How far is
I'm not
Reykjavik?
insane.
Not
I am
very
not
far.
insane.
Try
Please,
to enjoy your
please,
trip.
no, don't leave.
Thank
Please,
you.
believe. You've got to believe me or send someone else back here. Please, don't go. Please, help me.
Now, are you prepared for anything?
It's not so hard to understand. They've kidnapped my father.
Why did that other woman pretend to be his wife?
Is it really just a political ploy?
They forced my father to lie because they threatened the life of the real Jenny.
Where is she now?
She's in safe hands. Unfortunately, my father isn't. That's why we need your help.
What can we do?
They've taken my father aboard the Embassy Express.
To Prague?
Yes, that's right. They make one last stop in the west, a small town called Reykjavik. We have to get there before the train stops. We can talk to my father.
Impossible.
No, it is not. The Buchanans are already on their way to Reykjavik. They might be able to delay the train. Now, if you get there fast, you might be able to get the biggest story of your careers.
And you'll be able to save my father. Look, time is running out. We've got to get there. You'll be able to put an end to the biggest hoax ever pulled in this country.
Unless, of course, this is a hoax.
Yeah. My God. You have to believe me.
Gentlemen, you have seen the picture of the real Jenny yourself.
Pictures, as we all know, can be deceiving.
Do you want to stay here and discuss this? And let those agents make a fool of all of you?
That's right. We don't have any more time. Look, we've got to get there before the train does. Now, look, are you against me or are you with me?
I'll let you know the minute I find out anything.
Hey, hi. Did you fill him in?
Yeah.
Now, we also found out that Craig Stone is Firefly.
So what's next? Can I do anything? Keep an eye on him. Let me know if he makes a move to check out, huh?
Okay. Yeah, whatever you do, don't breathe a word to anyone, and don't act suspicious.
You got it.
Excuse me, Mr. Abbott. There's a phone call for you from the Banner. It must be Briggs. I'll be back in a minute.
All right. Hey, you look a little wired.
Well, I'm just really nervous about this guy hanging around Cassie all the time.
Glad to see that you're still concerned about Cassie's welfare.
Well, it doesn't matter what happens between the two of us. I'm still going to care about her.
You ever think about seeing her again? I mean, just socially.
Yes. I don't think so. I mean, I don't know. I haven't thought about it. I don't have a social life anymore, not with the hotel and everything.
It's not too healthy.
Herb, I don't know. It's just that I'm just getting over the thing with Cassie, and I'm not ready to dive back into another relationship and start the whole thing over.
Yeah, I suppose I'll never understand what happened to the two of you.
I don't know either.
Well, take care of yourself, all right? Look, Rob, if there's anything I can do...
I'll let you know, okay?
All right.
Thank you.
Keep in touch about our friend.
Sure.
Now, wait a minute, Briggs. You better go over this again, because I really don't... Damn it! I told Asa to keep his mitts off the Banner. I don't care if he is the owner. He's got the editorial subtlety of a bull moose. We can't even breathe the word Firefly, much less run a front-page expose. No, just hold on. And hold all the copy. Yeah, I'm going over to Ace's right now.
What's going on? Is there something on the rails?
We haven't got time for this. Conductor! What happened?
I'm not sure, sir.
Can you find out?
I doubt if it's serious. We'll go to our cow pads. I'll check.
Wait, help! Help me! Shut up!
Why don't you just go ahead and shoot me here? I'd rather die here.
A quick death, a hero's death. By the time we're through with you, you'll wish you'd never been born. Who cares? We're moving. Won't be long now. Despite all your efforts, we overcame the obstacles.
We're not there yet.
Only a few minutes.
You listen to me, Dirk. I made a vow to Jenny that I would never go behind the Iron Curtain again. One way or the other, I intend to honor that vow.
I'm sure you do. What will you do? Commit suicide? Don't even think about it. We have far more interesting parlor games in mind for you.
Nächste Haltestelle Rica-Winkel. Next stop, Rica-Winkel.
And after that, Czechoslovakia.
Darling, we've only got 10 minutes to make that train. What if we get there and Cassie and the reporters aren't there? How are we going to get David off the train? Darling, can't you go any faster?
Not if we want to stay on the road.
According to the map, Reykjavik was only a few miles away, but if we don't get there before David's train, then this is useless. Oh, no.
Damn. I thought they were going to call ahead and tell the local cops to let us go.
Well, they obviously missed this one, didn't they?
Think we should stop?
No, we're too close to the border. You can't stop now.
All right, hang on.
We still have one problem, though. I mean, even if we get to the border and we find David, how are we going to get him off the train?
Not much longer.
We're not there yet.
Still holding out hope. Seconds away from Reykjavik and the border. And still holding out hope. From tomorrow's headline.
Is Firefly in Landview. Max Gunter, also known as Firefly, is residing in Landview using one of his many aliases. Mr. Gunter is a killer who will kill for the highest bidder. Craig Stone, is he this Firefly?
Richard thinks so.
Well, go ahead, print his name on the front page.
Damn it, Dorian, we have enough proof. We don't need a libel suit.
We don't need Cassie in any danger, and unless you stop this guy...
will stop him. We don't have to print his name on the front page for him to know we caught on to him. Once he sees the article, old Stone will hightail it pronto.
Pronto isn't fast enough for me. I want this man out of town before Cassie comes back from Vienna. Asa, please, print an extra edition. Get this out on the streets just as fast as possible.
Hey, so what the hell is going on?
She knows all about Craig Stone.
Oh, that's beautiful. Yeah, not only do you go over my head with the Firefly story, you let Dorian in on it, too.
That is right, Richard. You wouldn't take the initiative. Somebody had to.
Have you lost it completely? We don't have enough proof yet that Firefly is in Landview.
We don't say he is. We just asked the question.
Now, wait a minute. I think that we should say that Craig Stone is a killer.
Dorian, printing that story is the worst thing that Asa could possibly do.
Don't listen to him, Asa. You follow your instincts.
Asa, for once, let your instincts take a backseat to your common sense.
Don't you dare give me a lecture, boy.
Look, Dorian, I know that you're afraid for Cassie. But if Asa prints that story, Craig Stone will disappear without a trace.
Good.
Wait a minute. What about having him arrested?
On what grounds? My suspicions? Yours? No, if we're going to nail this guy, we've got to come up with something that will stick.
We can't afford to be cautious, Richard. We have to move, and we have to move fast. You tell him, Asa.
He's right, Dorian.
Asa, how can you say that?
Richard makes sense. We don't have enough proof. It's better that Stone thinks he's safe.
Believe me, Dorian, I want this guy to go to jail as much as you do. But let's do it the right way.
The right way. You're quite right. You really are. And I can see that this matter is really in very capable hands.
Good, then it's settled. Now, Richard, what's the next move?
I think that we should lull this guy into a false sense of security.
Excuse me. You're taking care of this very well. So I'm going to go home and wait for Kathy's telephone call.
Well, thank you for being so reasonable, Dorian. Now, Richard, we're going to have to tiptoe around this. Buchanan Enterprises has a right to it.
Well, either we lost them or they weren't chasing us after all.
All right, so no police, but we still have to maneuver this mountain road.
Darling, even if we get to the border alive, how are we going to get David off the train?
I don't know that, but whatever we do, you're going to stay in the car. I'll try and handle those enemy agents.
By yourself? You can forget it.
Honey, you're going to have a baby. Our baby. Now, this is no time to be taking foolish chances.
I have been taking chances since I left Landview, and I'm not going to sit on the sidelines now the game is about to be won.
This is not a game. If those fellas decide to play rough,
If
then...
they play rough, then I have no intention of getting involved, but it's still going to take two of us to stop them, sweetheart. You don't speak any German, and I do. Now, we're in this together. Please remember. There's the sign for Reykjavik. The train station must be just ahead somewhere.
We seem to be slowing down. That can only mean one thing.
They're going to toss you off the train as excess baggage?
Oh, very funny. But keep that sense of humor. You'll need it when we get across the border in a few minutes.
If I had 2 free hands, I'd sure relieve you of that smug little smile.
That smile can't compare with the satisfaction that I'll get once we get past that stop. Nothing will stop me from avenging Aida's death, and nothing will stop justice from being given.
Justice was given the moment Aida York breathed her last.
Aida exemplified the very best in our people.
If she exemplified the best, I'd sure hate to see the worst.
Just being too... Well, I can still get in touch with my superiors and tell them that you tried to escape and I had no choice.
You think you can scare me now? You've taken Jenny from me, you've taken my freedom. You can't take my conscience. I'll tell you again, Dirk. I'm thrilled, I'm delighted that Aida is dead.
You'll regret those words until the day that you die. Oh, better still, much better. Until the day that someone you love dies, and I promise you that I will make sure that the woman who stayed behind won't have much longer on this earth.
You harm Jenny. I'll come after you.
What will you do? You will be a permanent exile in the People's Democratic Republic, while nothing could prevent me from going back to the West. And I swear to you that however long it takes, I will find Jenny.
The Austrians are known for their punctuality.
Wish the hell I was armed.
Oh, I hadn't thought of that. How are we going to get David away from 2 armed and dangerous men?
How's your acting?
What?
Well, if Cassie composes a nun, and if Jenny composes a beggar woman, maybe there's a role for you.
Darling, I can usually read your mind, not now. What are you planning?
Come on, I'll show you.
Madam, what is it? Well, my car broke down and this man stopped to help me, but then he had other ideas.
No, did he...
Yes, but I managed to fight him off and I ran away, but he's following me.
Madam, we'll call the police.
No, police, no police.
Madam, are you an American?
Yes, I am. Please help me. I don't know what to do. He's going to be following me in here any second. Please help me.
Get him up.
Oh, that's him. That's him. He's dead.
Get him up. Raise him up. Don't you understand English?
Do what he says, quickly. Please.
Guns on the bench. On the bench. Okay, lady, come here. Come here. Pick him up.
Don't hurt me.
Pick him up.
Please don't hurt me.
Over here. Now! Pronto. Get in here. In the office.
Come on, sweetheart, hurry up. The train's gonna be here in a minute.
There's the border, I believe.
Not there yet.
Hope springs eternal. Dieter. Have your pistol at the ready, will you? We're making a brief stop at Reykjavik. We can't have a slip-up now, Virginia.
Darling.
Don't worry, we won't hear a peep out of them.
I'm so sorry we had to tie them and gag them.
Well, there's no time for regrets. Train's pulled in. We got to find...
Wait a minute, somebody's coming. Just let me do the talking.
Guten Tag.
Ja, guten Tag, ich weiß, Sie sind der Embassy Express, ja. Es tut mir leid, das ist die Grenzkontrolle. Und ich muss jeden Zug anhalten, keine Ausnahme.
Aber Fräulein,
Nein, ich habe gesagt, es tut mir leid, aber es keine Ausnahmen. Verstehen Sie?
Ja.
Ich habe jetzt die Autorität und der Zug bleibt da, bis ich sage, er kann gehen.
Ja.
Bitte, draußen warten. Dankeschön.
Ja.
Way to go.
Hurry up, I can't stall them forever.
All right, I hope I don't need this in a hurry. Wyatt Earp couldn't get to it. All right, I'm going to board the plane and try and find David.
Okay, but please be careful. Remember, I have no intention of walking this child by myself at 2 a.m.
I'm not about to miss the experience. I'll be back with David.
Be careful, and please hurry.
Who's been in here for half an hour?
What's the reason for the delay?
We've been held up by the customs inspector.
They can't do that. We've clearance right across the border.
Herr Keller, it's not my choice. These bureaucrats won't listen to reason.
Well, I'll see whether they listen to me. Good luck. Look after Rinaldi, will you?
I have to check something in the engine. I meet you.
Thank you, Cord, for seeing me to my hotel room.
Hey, you don't have to thank me now. You can wait till after dinner.
Well, I see. Don't people in Texas ever wait to be invited in?
Well, if we did, this would still be Mexico, wouldn't it?
Yes, well, I'm real charmed by that little pioneer spirit, but I have not said yes to suffering.
Oh. Hey, I guess I'll just have to wait till you can find the right words, huh?
Well, you certainly aren't making this easy for me, are you? First, I have to wait for the rodeo, and then I have to wait for you to develop the film, and now I have to wait for dinner. So what are you going to come up with next?
Oh, I reckon I'll just have to come up with another excuse to keep you in town for a while. Because the truth of the matter is, Tina, that I just can't let you go.
Why?
Why? Because I love you, Tina. Ooh, I did it, didn't I? I said those scary words. Ooh.
John, I really wish you hadn't.
Can't unsay them now, Tina. So go ahead, tell me straight. You gonna go back to Lambview? Back to that guy who's already turned his back on you once?
No, of course I'm not going to go back to him.
So why take off for parts unknown, huh? Now, El Paso is a very special place. Great place to stop, settle down, put some new roots in.
With you?
Well, yeah, that's kind of the way I was thinking about it. But I tell you, Tina, if you give El Paso a chance, I'll keep my distance, a respectable distance, if that's what you want. I'll let you call all the shots.
Well, don't make any promises you can't keep, or that I don't want you to keep. I mean, if I was here with you.
Then you will stay, huh?
Look, let's just start with dinner, okay?
Okay.
And let's deal with tomorrow when it's tomorrow.
Tomorrow.
Yeah.
Sounds good to me.
Good. So why don't you go home, because I have to change, and then you certainly can't take me out to dinner like this.
Oh, I can, huh?
No, so you just go on home, and whatever you do, don't tell your mother that you're having dinner with
My ma doesn't make my social calendar for me.
me. Yeah, well, we'll see what she thinks when she finds out that you're seeing me. Come on.
Just give her some time, Tina. Because I know that she's going to love you just like I do. Or maybe not exactly like I do.
Yeah, why don't you, go home right now and you can, pick me up later, okay?
Okay. All right, I'm going. But I'm going to be back for you, Miss Tina Lord. I will always be back for you. Later.
Yes, Alfred, I'd like to make a long-distance call, please.
No, Asa, the tear sheet's not here. Hello?
Pam, hi, it's me.
Tina, how are you?
Well, that's a good question. Now, you're probably going to say I lost my marbles, but I've decided to stay here at the El Paso Arms another day.
Well, good for you. I think you can use the vacation.
Well, I'm not so sure you'll say that once you find out the real reason why I'm staying. You see, I've met someone here.
Well, that was fast work.
Yeah. I mean, I know he's no good for me or anything, and he's so much fun, and I'm just having a hard time leaving.
Are you sure you want to?
Well, of course, I mean, there's nothing can ever come out of this.
Oh, now, Tina, are you saying that for my benefit or for yours?
All right. He's more than fun. He's really kind of a change of pace from...
Richard.
Yeah. Yeah, how is he?
Well, I think he's holding up just fine. Of course, he's worried like everyone else around here about what's happening in Vienna.
Oh, that's right. I forgot. Well, what's happened to David and Jenny?
Tina, that's what we're waiting to find out.
I'm sorry, honey. I've looked absolutely everywhere.
Forget it, Pamela. The tear sheet will show up somewhere. I'm going to do some more checking on this Firefly.
I'll head back to the office.
No, Richard, I want you to stay close in case I get the proof I need.
Then you're going to print the story.
We're going to do more than that, Pam. We're going to grab the stone and put him in jail where he belongs.
I've never seen him so excited about a story.
He's just so worried about Clint and Vicky overseas. I guess it's just something he thinks he can do to help.
Well, maybe I better join him in the den in case he finds out anything.
Oh, Richard. I meant to tell you. Tina called this morning. She said she's staying at the El Paso Arms Hotel.
Well, how is she? Is she in some kind of trouble?
Well, I don't think so. She just sounded a bit confused, lost.
Well, did she say how long she was going to be staying?
Well, at least one more day.
Damn, I wish we'd hear something from Vienna. And until that's resolved, I can't leave.
What do you mean, Richard? You're talking about going to...
You bet. Yeah, if I was free, I'd hop the first plane to El Paso before Tina decides to move on.
Was meint die Verspätung?
Ich habe meine Befehle.
Ich kümmere nichts über Ihre Befehle. Erklären Sie sich jetzt.
Sie haben mich bestimmt das erste Mal nicht gehört.
Ja.
Oh, bitte sehr, was machen Sie denn?
Aber, Fräulein, vielen Dank, Herr Ingenieur, aber ich möchte die Dame alleine sprechen.
Nein, bleiben Sie da. Ich brauche möglicherweise Ihre Unterschrift. Bleiben.
Raus, bitte! Ja, jawohl.
Sie sollen bitte am Zug warten.
Shall we speak in English, Mrs. Buchanan?
Da bitte shoot you in the back.
What kind of a man are you? All David wants is his freedom.
Unfortunately, we can't all have what we want in this life. You made a valiant effort, Mrs. Buchanan. But nothing will prevent me from taking David Rinaldi back home.
Passport.
It's all being taken care of. Go away. It's all right. Go away.
These are in this pocket. Where's Vicky?
She's at the station. Let's get you out of here.
Oh, please.
We'll get over there right away.
What are you going to do to me?
You left me no alternative. Surely you knew you were risking your life by helping David?
You're mad.
Oh, please save your breath, Mrs. Buchanan.
You'll never get out of this station alive anyway. The police will be here any second.
Do you expect me to fall for that lie?
It's true. Cassie, David's daughter, has alerted the press, and they'll be here long before you could ever get away.
And they'll bring the United States cavalry with them, I suppose?
I'm warning you that the whole world will know what you tried to do, and the whole world will jump at the chance to punish you for it.
Bravo. You played your part. Now it's the end. It's the end of David Rinaldi. And I'm sad to say it's the end of Victoria Buchanan.
There he is. There's the man looking.
Oh, Brad. Brad. Debbie! Thank God.
Okay, pal, the whole world's watching. What's it gonna be?
Jenny!
Jenny!
Vicky!
Jenny!
Jenny!
You all right?
I don't.
I'm okay now. Thanks to Jenny's breath. Are you all right?
A couple bruises, but I'm fine.
Thank you. Oh, David.
How's it feel to be free, Maestro? Did you ever give up hope?
Where will you go now? Will you return to America?
Please, not now.
Ladies and gentlemen, I'm glad to answer all your questions if you'll just step this way, please. Now, what is it you'd like to know? Just what part did you play in all this?
What would have happened if you didn't arrive in time?
See, the maestros know that he was going to be rescued.
Hey, somebody stop that man. Hey.
Stop me! You can't even touch me. I have diplomatic immunity. And I'm catching that train across the border, and no one can prevent me. Auf Wiedersehen. Ladies and gentlemen, until the next time.
Did you stop him?
I think he's right. I think he's right.
When did Mrs. Rinaldi contact you?
How did the Buchanans get
Does
involved?
the Maestro plan on returning to the United States? One question at a time, please.
I don't know how we can begin to thank you.
Neither do I. You both saved our lives.
Listen, we do it all over again. Just knowing you're safe makes it all worth it.
Thank God it all turned out all right.
Thank God for that.
David, I can't hold them off much longer. They want a statement.
Oh, you want a statement? All right, let's see. You want a statement? I'll give you a statement. Tell the world, tell the whole world that David Rinaldi is the luckiest and the happiest man alive.
Bravo!
Bravo.
Absolutely. Oh.
Well, where's my cowboy?
Even a cowboy has to wash off the trail dust when he's going out with a pretty lady. And you are the prettiest lady that this cowboy has ever seen.
Yeah. Well, why don't you come in, sir?
Thank you kindly, ma'am.
Well, what did your mother say? I mean, she must have noticed when you left the house looking like this.
Yeah, well, I think she did get a whiff of my aftershave.
Yeah, and I bet she told you to stay away from the big bad city girl, right?
Tina, I wish you knew her like I do.
I wish she'd take the time to get to know me.
You know, I just don't believe this. She has never acted like this before with any other woman I've ever dated.
Well, I do seem to bring out the best in mothers. Maybe I'm not the kind of girl you should be bringing home.
Hey, I would be proud to take you home, Tina. Hey, if my mom don't like it, then that's just tough, because she's going to have to get used to seeing her son in love.
I really wish you wouldn't keep saying things like that.
Tina, I have to keep saying things like that, because that's the way I feel. Hey, you're the one who wanted to be honest, right?
Yeah,
Well,
but...
I honestly feel that if you would give us half a chance, I know... Tina, you were wearing that buckle that I won for you. Look at that right there.
Yeah, well, you did risk your neck winning it for me. I mean, it was the least I...
Why can't you admit it, huh? Why can't you admit that you're wearing that because it means something to you? Like maybe even I mean something to you, too.
Yeah, you do.
Then why do you keep trying to fight us off?
Because I have to.
Why?
Because if I don't, then we might get too close.
Tina, come on. We cannot get too close.
Oh, yes, we can, because then we'd really start feeling wonderful, you know, like you feel when you start falling in love.
And what would be wrong with that, huh?
Everything would be wrong with that. Look, it wouldn't last, Court, all right? It would just last a day or a week or something, but then we'd just have to get back down to earth.
No, we wouldn't.
Yes, we would. And I don't really want to have to go through that, all right? And I don't think you should either, so I think it's best if we stop before we even get started. It's better for both of us that way.
Why don't you just speak for yourself, huh?
Cord, please.
Tina, look, I am not asking for all eternity here. Yet. All I want is one night. This night. And if that's all you got to offer, then that's okay by me.
Just one night? Promise?
I give you my solemn pledge. Kim, what's wrong?
I thought we were gonna go to dinner.
How can you think of food at a time like this?
Well, somebody has to before things get out of hand.
Tina, I don't know why you're playing these games. You know that you want me just as much as I want you. Now, don't try to deny it.
Well, maybe I can't deny it, all right, but I can certainly stop it before we lose control.
What is wrong with losing control for once, huh? Do I have to tell you 12 ways to Tuesday? I love you, Tina.
Yeah, and I could say that I love you, too, but I can't, and I won't.
You can if you mean it.
Cord, I just can't say it right now, all right? Because I'd only end up hurting you.
Will you let me worry about that?
Look, you are wrong for me.
Those are just words, and you don't believe them.
They aren't just words. You can't give me what I want.
But I can give you what you need.
For how long? Cord, sooner or later, you are going to end up hating me.
Tina, I could never hate you.
Well, and I am going to blame you for everything that I'm giving up in life, for my dreams.
Jenny and David have been rescued.
Was anyone hurt?
Not a scratch. Vicky and Clint pulled it off. They pulled it off there.
I'm so happy. I'm so happy for all
I
of
gotta
us.
make a million phone calls. This calls for a special edition.
I'll call it right in, boss.
Oh, wait, Richard, you don't. Use this phone right here.
Well, thanks, Pam, but I'll use the phone at the airport.
Airport? Wait a minute.
Well, sure. And now that everything's resolved in Vienna, I'm a free man. Free to go to El Paso and try to patch things up with Tina. Wish me luck.
Yeah, good luck.
put his gun away and he headed for the train.
You didn't try to stop him, have I remember?
Well, he claimed diplomatic immunity, and frankly, we were so happy to see David and Vicky alive, we didn't pay much attention to Dirk Keller.
Am I through here? Yeah, I meant to ask you later. Hey,
Hi.
where you been?
Oh, I have to get the press to come over here, and I missed my own ride.
Not all you missed. We did it. It worked. David and Jenny are finally safe.
I heard. Where are they? I'm dying to see them.
They're in the back room being mobbed by reporters.
Okay, thanks.
Hey, Cassie. Before you see David and Jenny, there is something that I owe you. Token of my friendship in Greg.
Give me a break, Brad. I mean, I didn't do anything. Vicky and Clint took all the chances.
Yeah, well, you can tell that to the rest of the world, but I know better. You know, when you first came here to Vienna, I thought you were some kid way in over her head, but I was wrong.
I don't believe my ears. Brad Vernon actually admits he was wrong.
Yeah, well, I guess what we've been through has changed both of us. You're one hell of a brave woman.
Come on, I'm not a heroine or anything. My father was in trouble, so I helped him. That's all.
You did a lot more than help. If it wasn't for you, David would still be on that train headed for the Iron Curtain, and Jenny would never have gotten out of that church alive. You made it happen.
Yeah, me and my trusty nuns have it, right? Listen, if you ask me, the real hero is a man who risked his life and more than once, too. And Jenny's not the only one who knows what a selfless, loving person you really are. Now we're even.
Yeah, Cassie, come on, don't waste any more time with me. Come on, let's go find him.
We don't have to hide anymore. We can live openly here.
In Austria?
In Vienna, if you like. It was good enough for Strauss and Brahms. It should be good enough for me.
We can live as Mr. and Mrs. David Rinaldi?
We have nothing more to fear. After this public embarrassment, they won't dare try anything against us anymore. They've been totally exposed and humiliated.
Can we go back to the States?
I can't. But you can. Anytime you like. Visit freely, openly. See Mary, all our friends in Landview. As long as you promise to come back to me.
I'll always come back to you. We don't have anything else to hide from, nothing to be afraid of.
Never again. Brad can have his name back.
Oh, we owe so much to Brad. And to Vicky and Clint. And your daughter.
Cassie.
As a dedicated journalist who I hope has earned your respect, I must speak out now about a grave threat to our community. This threat has a name, and its name is Firefly.
What is she doing?
Oh, Ethan, no. What is it?
Is something wrong? You bet there's something wrong. If she starts talking about fire.
Firefly, a name synonymous with terror, revenge, and assassination. A man who kills for whatever country pays him the most money. A man who goes by many names. A man who is currently living under one of those assumed names right in our very midst. Yes, ladies and gentlemen, Firefly is here in Landview.
Oh, wait till I get my hands on you, woman.
Ethan, I don't understand.
Well, I've heard about this Firefly. You think Dorian can back up what she's saying?
I'm not prepared to reveal my sources, but I have this message for Firefly. We know who you are, we know where you are, and we know what you're doing in our town.
You idiot. He is out of Glowtown. We'll never nail him.
Listen, I better let Richard Abbott know right away. I'm going to call him at his hotel in El Paso.
I don't wish to alarm anybody unnecessarily, but it is my duty as a journalist to yell fire when I smell smoke. In this case, I am yelling firefly. Now then, on to more pleasant topics. I have the great pleasure to introduce our guest for today, the senior citizen.
Journalist hell. She's ruined everything. Pamela! Have Abbott get the next plane back here.
Hey, would somebody tell me what's going on here?
All I know is that Firefly is the name of a hired killer, one of those international mercenaries.
He's here in Landview? How did Doreen find out?
She stole the information from me. Richard thinks Firefly is a man named Craig Stone, and he's after little Cassie.
Craig Stone, the antique dealer?
Oh, we met this guy at the party the other night.
I spoke to him. He seems so nice. Are you sure this is the man you're looking for?
We're trying to prove it. Now, with Dorian's little hand in it, looks like Firefly has flown the coop.
Before you say a word, do not thank me, please. You know me, I love to be the center of attention, you know, all those reporters asking me questions. I love it.
Nice try. But you're not going to get me not to tell you how grateful I am.
Well, you and I go a long ways past gratitude. I do for you, you do for me.
What you did for me and for David was to risk your life. Again.
I grew up here, you know. I had some excitement on the streets of Vienna. So that's not big-time hero stuff.
Oh, so it's back to Brad Vernon. Selfish, unreliable, untrustworthy.
All of the above, and goodbye, but then
I see. Well, you can present that image to the rest of the world if you want to. But I know that Bud Van Dyke didn't come out of nowhere. It came out of you.
Oh, come on. You're making a big deal out of nothing. You know, I was bored to tears in Baltimore. Yeah, coming to Vienna was a lot of laughs. Nothing more.
Nothing more?
Don't you look at me like that, because when you do, I have a very, very hard time kidding you.
Can't kid me. Because I know what kind of man you really are. Loving, sensitive, kind, brave. And I am so proud to know you. And so grateful.
Oh, come on. You're spoiling my whole act.
I want you to be as happy in your life as I am.
Well, now you're asking for miracles. I'll always love you. I will always be glad to try and save your life, but happy losing you to David again.
You haven't lost anything. You have gained a friend for life.
Yeah, well, I suppose there's worse things. Right off, I can't think of any.
Brad, I just want you to be happy.
In my own selfish way, I am. Seeing you safe, seeing you happy. That's all I really ever ask.
Did I say I was the luckiest guy in the world?
That's what you said.
Well, I want to tell you that I have no idea how lucky I was until now.
Because you've got your freedom.
Well, you know, freedom's a wonderful thing, but I could have been free to lead an empty and a meaningless life, and no longer.
You'll have your music.
You'll have Jenny. I'll also have the daughter I thought I'd never see again. Cassie, I can hold you. I can watch you blossom into that magnificent woman you're going to be. Going to be.
Look again. There it is.
You know, I think I'm the lucky one here because I'll no longer have to wonder where you and Jenny are. I'll know where you are and how you're doing.
Hey, don't stop there. You can come and visit us anytime.
That's the very best part.
Of course, you are going to have to be prepared to accept some form of punishment. Uh-oh.
Punishment? What'd I do, Dad?
What'd I do, Dad? Well, let's see. For starters, you disobeyed everybody's orders, and you risked your life coming to Vienna. So now I think as your father, I'm duty-bound. Wouldn't you agree to take her over my knee and...
Yeah?
and tell you how proud and how grateful you've made me. And don't ever let it happen again, okay?
Okay.
Hello, Tina.
Richard.
I know it's a lot to ask, but I've had a long trip. Can I come in?
Of course. Come on in. What? How did you find me?
Well, blame Pamela. Well, she knew how badly I wanted to see you.
I don't believe this.
Oh, no, it's true. She said to try the El Paso Arms Hotel, and so here I am.
Oh, I can't believe you wanted to see me. When I left Landview, you didn't act like you cared where I went or how long I was gone.
Tina, the day that you left, everybody needed me. Well, the David Rinaldi story was making headlines, and all hell was breaking loose. And there I was, caught in the eye of the storm.
Yeah, and so in other words, you were too busy for me.
I'm sorry, Tina. Really, I am. But in my line of work, some days are like that.
Yeah, I'm sorry, too, but, this really is etched into my memory. I'm not going to forget it that easily. Look, I have felt hurt before, and I have felt like I was abused or something, but it was terrible to realize that I did not matter at all to any of my so-called family.
Of course you matter, and not just to me.
Oh, not that night I didn't. I have felt hurt before. I really have, but I have never felt so alone and unimportant.
Please, Tina, let me try and explain.
Look, I know that these big life crises that are going on around the world, they're more important than me. Okay, my little problems and everything, and I know they're very lofty problems, and I have a little bit of a hard time understanding them, okay? But what I do understand is people. And if I had somebody who I really cared about, who needed me, I wouldn't waste a minute. I would rush to go help that person.
I had no idea that I hurt you this much. The way you described me, I must have seemed a callous, self-important fool. No wonder you left.
A callous, self-important fool would never come all the way to El Paso, Texas, to apologize. Richard, I've had a lot of time to think when I've been down here. And I've realized that a lot of my pain in my life, I bring it on myself.
No, Tina, you were right the first time. It was my fault.
No, Richard, I wasted so much time just trying to get people to like me. So then when they waver in the slightest bit, I think it's this huge catastrophe. Since I've been down here, I realize that some people like me just the way I am.
I hope I'm included in that group. You never cease to amaze me, Tina. Here I was expecting a ton of accusations, an ocean full of tears, and instead, I find a woman. A woman who knows who she is and what she needs. Both of us are. I hope this means that my coming to El Paso wasn't a mistake. And even more, I hope that when I make my return trip to Landview, that you'll come with me.
No more thank yous, okay? Listen, if you want to show your appreciation, I can tell you how to do it.
Name it.
Well, that dress was made for me, okay? So when you go back to Vienna, you can pick up a duplicate and send it to Landview, and that'll be my souvenir of the whole adventure.
Oh, you got it.
Oh, better yet, you can bring the dress when you come and visit Landview next time.
I still can't believe I get to do that. It's not going to hit me until I see our name on the mailbox. Mr. and Mrs. David Rinaldi. No more fake names, no more phony addresses. And I don't have to sit and watch David looking at the piano, knowing that he can never perform his music.
He'll be able to play everywhere.
He will be able to perform it himself and conduct it.
He's not the only one that's going to be able to go back to work.
Yeah, I'm thinking about that.
never go back to nursing. Maybe I'll open a clinic of my own. Oh, it feels like everything is possible now, doesn't it?
Well, Brad, it seems like the umpteenth time now that I owe you my life.
Well, I'll put it on your tab, okay?
Yeah, that's fine. Listen, if that tab ever comes due, I'll be there to repay you. My life's the least of it. Thanks to you, I got my freedom. And I got Jenny.
Well, we're even. I have my name back.
I hope I didn't tarnish it.
Are you kidding? You probably gave it some much-needed polish. How about you? Are you glad to be the maestro again?
I never felt comfortable with that nickname. It embarrassed me. Too highbrow, I guess.
I bet now, though, you wouldn't trade for anything in the world, right?
How about you?
Well, it's amazing, you know. My name never really meant much to me until I lost it.
Yeah. Well, for the rest of my life, the name Brad Vernon will be a part of me. And I want to tell you that it was an honor sharing it with you.
Well, that is the least of the things that we've shared. Do me a favor. Yeah. Take good care of her. I know I have no right to ask.
Please, you've got every right in the world, and I promise you, if I make this vow, that I will dedicate my life to making that woman happy.
You know something? I hate to say it, but I'm starting to like you, David Rinaldi.
Well, I don't hate to say it, and the feeling is mutual. Bradley Vernon.
Cassie, I'll be here in a minute.
So will you going with us?
No, I'm afraid not, honey. We still have to stay here to clear up some details.
So this is goodbye?
Yeah. So, listen. Before you go, why don't you let me take you over here and give you a few last-minute fatherly instructions, all right?
So, I guess this...
Don't say anything. Just hold me.
Oh, if I could just hold you like this and never let you go.
You know, this isn't the end of anything. It is the beginning of a new life for all of us.
Right. You'll have your life with David, and I'll have a life, too.
When I come to Landview, we'll see each other.
Same here, if I ever make it back to Vienna.
So this isn't goodbye.
No, of course it isn't.
It's not the end of the world or
Hey,
anything.
you said it was. It's goodbye.
I love you, Brad.
Now she tells me. I will always, always love you.
Listen, sweetie. I only have one piece of fatherly instruction to give you. Don't forget me.
Never. I want to visit you so much. And you better tell me when your next performance will be.
You are going to get a personal invitation. Front row center.
Vernon, your car is ready. We'll take you and Miss Kellison back to your hotel in Vienna.
Thank you. Cassie, you ready?
No.
Yeah, me neither, but I guess it's that time.
Hey, come here, you.
Once again, thank you.
That's our cue, Cassie. Let's go.
Well, Tina, will you come back with me?
Come back to what? More rejection? More working at the cash register at Wanda's Diner? Believe me, I have better prospects right here in El Paso, Texas.
Look, I know that you've got a lot of bad memories of Landview, but your pride was hurt.
But this involves more than my pride. Everybody that I thought was my friend in Landview turned out to be my enemy, including my own sister.
Well, you and Vicky may seem to be enemies now, but that'll change.
Yeah, right. That'll change. She'll hate me even more than she does now.
She is your sister, Tina. And I think with a little persuading from me, well, she and Clint might even allow you to move into the carriage house.
Allow? Well, you haven't heard one word I said, have you? Look, I don't want to be given some crumbs off my own father's table. And I certainly don't want to be treated like some kind of poor relation, especially by Vicky and Clint.
Now, there's that pride again. You're letting it rule your head and your heart.
Yeah, well, at least I'm not running my life the way people think of me.
Does that include me?
I know how you think of me. You think I'm some shallow, vain little egomaniac.
Well, I might have accepted that definition once. But like I told you, you're every bit a woman now. It was a woman that I traveled all this way to find. And it's a woman that I want to come back to Landview with me. But your future is waiting for you there.
A future with you?
That's a tough one. Well, neither one of us knows what the future holds.
Yeah. Is that a polite way of saying no?
Tina, for the moment you've left, I haven't stopped thinking about you and worrying about you and missing you very much.
Well, it's something, right?
I hope it's enough to get you to come home. But that's a decision you'll have to make. I won't press the issue anymore.
Why do I feel like I'm already being pressed?
Maybe, in your heart of hearts, you want to give me and Landview a second chance.
In my heart of hearts, I don't know. Oh, no.
What is it?
Message from Mr. Richard Abbott.
Oh, it's the bellboy. We have really courteous bellboys down here.
You, Mr. Abbott?
Yes, thank you.
Well, then this here's for you.
Thank you. Keep that.
Thanks.
Good news, I hope.
That's good and bad. The bad news is that Asa wants me to get back to Landview right away.
Oh. Well, what's the good news?
That depends on you. Will you come back with me, Tina?
Richard, I don't know. I have to think about it. I have to think about a lot of things.
Okay. Well, I'll wait down in the lobby. But Tina, I really do have to get back. So don't take too long, okay?
Regrets?
You?
None.
Me either. I'm never going to see him again, you know that?
Of course you will. He'll come to visit us.
No. But that's okay. We had our goodbye.
I never found the right words to thank him for everything he did, not only him, Clint, Vicky.
I know how we feel.
Still, next time you go to Landview, you'll give him my love, okay?
I promise. I wish I could take you with me.
That's okay, too. Austria's my home now. My home is anywhere you are, Jen. You're my flag. You're my nation. You're my anthem.
And you are my hope. You always have been, and you always will be. You and your gorgeous music are going to light the way for both of us.
Not going to be easy always, you know. There's bound to be moments of darkness ahead.
Hey, I'm not afraid. Are you?
When I was a boy, I was very, very afraid of the dark. And I used to have this reoccurring dream that this nice lady would come into my room and hold me until the morning. And now it's not a dream anymore. And I'm not afraid of anything the future has to hold. As long as you keep holding me.
How's this?
That's pretty good, but I like it a little bit tighter.
How's this?
It's getting there.
Oh. What's in your pocket? There's something in your pocket.
No, there's nothing in my pocket.
David is...
Yeah. That is the opal that I gave Brad. He's done it again. Honey, this opal is going to be the symbol of our new life together. And I love you.
Said, they're onto me. Listen to me, Craig. We can't allow David Rinaldi an unblemished victory. And before you leave Landview, we must make the maestro pay, and pay dearly. How? Rinaldi may believe he's safe, but we must make an example of him. To would-be traitors everywhere. How? By striking him where it hurts him most, his most vulnerable spot, his lovely, unsuspecting daughter. You must stay in Landview. When she comes home, believing the danger has passed, then and only then, I'll tell you how to strike.
We are glad to be back. Come on down here.
Oh, my baby, my boy.
How are you? All right. Let's get over here.
Yeah, go on. Kevin, you're getting so big. How are you doing?
Good boy.
Good. Everything all right?
Yeah, but we missed you.
Oh, we missed you, too. We missed you.
You bet we did.
Now we're home, huh?
Yeah, we're home. You're home. We're all home.
We're all home, but we really are home because we're back at Land Fair. We're home. Oh.
Well, Heron. Good to see you.
Heron, how are you?
Quite well, thank you, madam.
Good.
What did you bring us?
Oh, enough of the mushy stuff. Where's the presents, right? Heron, if you'll get the bags out of the car, I think we can probably find a couple of gifts for these outlaws, huh? These little cowpokes? Very good, sir.
Oh, here it is, the latest Chronicle poll. Here we go.
Dee Dee, this says that Brad Vernon never married Jenny, that he just did this because...
Yes, I know.
What do you mean you know?
Oh, this is great. They put Pete ahead by 10 points. Great! Dee Dee. Oh, excuse me. Do you know what that means?
Yeah, it means that Pete's the best candidate for the DA.
Yes!
Well, it means that he has the best campaign manager, too.
Oh, well, we're running out of time. I hope we're going to make it.
Not if you work 18 hours a day like you do. You know, I'm really surprised that you invited Connie and me to breakfast. So suspicious.
You know that this keeps me from missing Bo.
So,
Oh, I miss him, too.
where's my other favorite O'Neill sister?
Brad! Hi! He's
Bud Van Dyke, right?
Bud Van Dyke? Oh, no. You're not Connie's married man. Oh!
Pretty tricky. So where is she? I called the house. Nobody answered. I thought maybe she'd be here.
She just walked in the door.
Good morning.
Good morning, Dorian.
If I'd had some advance notice, I would have gotten all gussied up. I would have had Eggs Benedict waiting for you.
Well, I've already eaten, and you look absolutely lovely.
Thank you. Would you like some coffee?
No, thanks.
Well, then, why don't you just sit down?
All right. Listen, I was looking at the banner, and I came across the article on your broadcast last night.
Oh, yes. Well, they had to use quotes from me in order to do a story about Craig Stone, or else they would, unfortunately, be sued for libel.
Well, tell me more about this Firefly character, though. Are you getting into some dangerous territory here again?
Is that why you're here? Out of curiosity about Firefly?
No, not really, but I am concerned about you, though. You know, I spent all last night thinking about what keeps us apart.
Jonathan, I really can't take any more. Really, I can't.
Dorian, neither can I. Which brings me to the real reason that I am here.
This room looks lovely.
Thank heavens it no longer looks like a bordello.
What's a bordello?
I'd quite like to know the answer to that, darling. What is it?
This is the present bag.
Oh, yes. Yes, thank you.
Aaron, your timing is perfect.
Did you buy me a new cowboy hat?
Well, Joey, they don't have cowboys in Vienna. You see, Vienna's a very old city. Much older than any of those towns out west that you've been to.
And since it was the home of many very famous composers, we thought some musical instruments might be appropriate. So, let's try this one on for size. Oh, thank you, Heron. Now, let's hear a little solo from you. Oh, gracious. What a noise! Halt. Okay, next one.
Got a Kevin. We got you a violin.
Here you go, my darling. Come here, and I'm going to show you this. Now, the general idea is to tuck it under your chin like this, and hold it like this. You draw this thing, it's called a bow, over the string, and when they're tuned, they sound wonderful. Why don't you try it? Under your chin. Good boy. Hold the bow. Why don't you go stand next to your brother? We'll see what kind of a combo we have here.
Combo here.
Good idea. Oh, yes.
All right, hold it. Hold it. That's enough practice for right now, okay?
They make weird noises.
Yes, they do indeed make weird noises until you learn how to play them. So, my darling, if you'd like, we can arrange for lessons, and then we'll see if you enjoy it, okay?
But you know, right now, who would love to see those presents? Kim.
Oh.
Sure.
Okay.
Go on,
Come on, Joey.
Oh, no, gentlemen, just a minute. Isn't there something you want to say to your parents first?
Thanks, Mom. Thanks, Dad.
You're welcome.
Welcome.
I'm not sure.
Well, neither are we, okay? Now get going.
Let's go.
Well, Heron, do you have second thoughts about your employment?
Well, I'm sure that I'll last, sir, but it's Kim that I'm uncertain about.
Heron, you did such a beautiful job redecorating the library. Thank you.
Yeah, you certainly did. Must have been a handful of a job to undecorate Tina's decorating.
Well, thank you. Oh, except that there is one thing that I'm really not quite sure what to do with. It's a portrait of Miss Tina that she had hanging above the fireplace.
Why don't you put it in the fireplace and strike a match?
Better yet. Heron, just take it down to the basement and leave it there, and if and when she ever comes back, she may want to have it.
You know, that's a good idea. We don't have a cat, right? Maybe this portrait would keep the rats out of the basement.
No. Excuse me. Very good, sir.
Come on, laugh. You're dying to laugh.
You are so bad. You call this house a bordello in front of our children?
That's enough of that subject, okay? Subject closed. Let's see what Richard's been up to and how he's been getting along while we've been gone.
I wonder how Richard has been getting along without Tina.
To welcome Clint and Vicky home.
They're here? Yeah. Oh, that's terrific. Now I'll stop by and see them myself. Okay. Pam, did Asa get a chance to catch the article I wrote on Dorian's broadcast?
Yes, he did. He didn't understand it.
Well, I figured if I simply stated what she said instead of taking a stand that, well, Craig Stone or Max Gunther or whatever his name is would feel the pressure.
So what's the next step?
Well, it's a wait-and-see game, Pam. We'll let Mr. Stone make the next move. I've got Rob keeping an eye out.
The church dressed as a nun, and these agents, they grab her, and she looks him right in the eye and tells him to bug off. And that's how Jenny got free.
So I suppose I'm going to have to forgive Cassie now.
For what?
For swiping my passport.
Oh, that, yeah.
You know, I would have done that for you. I would have put a habit on. I would have wiped away those agents.
Oh, except there are certain members of this family that are glad that Cassie did it, so you didn't have to.
Poor baby. It's rough when you want to be a heroine and no one will let you, isn't it?
That's right, it is.
Brad, this is a hotel lobby.
Oh, I think it's great.
Yeah, it's kind of fun, you know, not pretending to be Bud Van Dyke anymore. Hey, I wonder if the racetrack world knows. We could find out if we went over to Landview Downs.
What, right now?
Yeah, we can make it there in time for the first race. You know who's running?
Lucky Opal? That's the horse that made Brad rich.
Why the name?
Long story. David slipped an opal into my pocket, I guess as a token of gratitude for lending him my name.
Right.
Brought me a lot of luck and a lot of wealth, and I returned the favor. When we parted in Vienna, I slipped it back into his pocket.
Wait a minute. I thought you said it was good luck for the jockey to carry it.
I don't think that horse is going to need a Lucky Charm anymore. So what do you say? I was going to skip the race to see you, but if you can make it...
Well, I don't think Dorian needs me anymore today. Dee Dee, can you spare me at the campaign office?
Of course, for this kind of reunion. What, I need a ventriloquist? Yes, you can go.
Thanks, because I was going to go anyway. Okay. I'm not letting this handsome, adorable man out of my sight ever again.
Promises, promises.
Oh, yes.
Well, it was lovely seeing the lovely O'Neill sisters again, and you must be comforted in knowing that your sister's not living in sin. Well, that kind of sin.
Oh, shut up and let's go.
Oh, bye-bye. Good luck with the horse. It is so great that Connie and Brad are back together, Dee. I was so worried about this married man, you know? Sometimes life really works out, doesn't it? Well, he wasn't very good for her the first time around. I just hope he doesn't hurt her.
You wanted to see me, Mr. Barron?
Neil. Morning. Sit down. Just wondering if I should bet on my own horse today. Odds are favoring Lucky Opal.
You got the touch, remember, Mr. Barron? Phrenology's gonna win okay.
Not convinced. Didn't look good that good in practice the other day.
I'm telling you, he'll win. Leave it to me.
Fine, as long as you're confident.
Listen, something's going on you should know about. Bud Van Dyke's jockey, Charlie, she asks a lot of questions, and she never seems satisfied with the answers.
What kinds of questions?
Where your horses come from. How come they run only one race and usually win? Stuff like that.
I told Van Dyke to lay off. Guess I'll have to have another conversation with him.
Want me to have a talk with Charlie?
You just concentrate on winning today.
Yes? Well?
Dorian, I don't think we should see each other anymore.
I see.
I mean, my life is just too complicated right now.
You keep saying that, John. What are you talking about? 3 wives and a dozen children stashed away somewhere?
No, Dorian, it's my work. I mean, I'm involved in some really secretive investigating right now, and we could do a lot for my future. And given the people involved, I just can't jeopardize this case to romance you.
What people? Name 3.
I can't. It's confidential.
Oh. And heaven forbid that I should find out anything about you.
Well, you might show it on your next view on Landview.
Ah, touche.
You gotta admit, you're not the type to keep a secret.
Now, wait a minute, John. What happened with you was a mistake, an honest one, and this Craig Stone, I had to come out in the open about him. He's a threat to my daughter. I want him to pack up his suitcases and leave town. I want him to be afraid for his life.
All right, but if I tell you who's involved in this case, I will have to pack up my bags and run for my life.
Oh, you're so infuriating. In the guise of giving me more information, you're just making me more curious and frustrated.
Dorian, I am sorry. Maybe sometime in the future. We can, when my life is a little simpler, maybe.
Translate that for me, will you? Future? Are we talking weeks, months, years? Ah, you don't know.
You're right. But listen, if you need a private investigator for anything, I can recommend someone. And I assume you haven't heard any more from Paul Kendall or whoever it was that sent you the letters?
No, it's just as well. Seems as though my knight is wearing tarnished armor.
I'm sorry if you're hurt.
Not hurt. Disappointed.
You're not the only one. Take care of yourself, Dorian.
Goodbye, John. John, wait a minute, please. Come back. Listen, I think I've got an idea of how to make your complicated life much simpler.
I'm always interested in solutions, Dorian.
I can prove that I'm a woman who can keep a secret. I can have an affair with you, and nobody will find out about it.
You know, I've done that once before in my life, and it didn't work. Fact is, I don't think it ever works, because after a while, you start to resent the fact that you can't go out in public and you can't have your friends over for dinner.
I would have my friends over on nights you weren't available.
You'd never stop asking yourself why we have to live our life like this.
If I was having an affair with you, I wouldn't care.
Oh, Dorian, you're only fooling yourself.
I am no kid. I can handle it. I can handle anything except having you walk away. Jonathan, chemistry like this is a gift from the gods.
Or a plague.
Plague, gift, what does it matter? It's just a sin to toss it away.
Or a blessing.
Why don't we have dinner together tonight? Nobody else, just you and me.
What time?
Would now be too soon?
Hi, Mom.
Darling! Oh, sweetheart, you're back! Oh, I've been so worried about you, and then I was furious at you. You know, I should spank you. I really should, but, hug you instead.
Everything worked out just great. Hi, I'm John, right?
Yes, it is. Congratulations on your work in Vienna, Cassie.
Oh, please don't encourage her.
Well, listen, I was just leaving. You two have a nice reunion, huh?
Okay, thanks.
5 o'clock?
5 would be great. See you then.
Bye.
Bye.
So, what's going on with you guys?
Nothing. There's been a lot of problems at the studio with thievery, and I'm asking Jonathan to look into it for me. He's going to come over so that we can discuss it then. But you and I have something else to discuss. More important, I've got to tell you the truth about Craig Stone.
He's not an antique dealer.
Oh, not only that, he's a paid mercenary involved in your father's defection. He no doubt was just trying to get close to you so that he could find out all the information that he could.
Wait a second. How do you know about all of this?
I know about it from Richard Abbott. Richard thought that he looked familiar, and it wasn't until he was actually here in this very room that he remembered where he met him. It was when he was sent to interview, Big Daddy, the African dictator, and he had a bodyguard who was Firefly, a.k.a., of course, Craig Stone.
I knew it. I always knew that there was something about Craig that put me off. I mean, he was too friendly, too concerned all the time. Listen, does he know that Richard's onto him?
Oh, yes.
Well, then he's probably gone. Because no one can touch David now, so there would be no reason for Craig to hang around any longer.
These people may decide that they want revenge. And what better tool is there than David Rinaldi's daughter?
Sweetheart, who are you calling?
Brad, because he's going to check in at the Vernon Inn today.
Why Brad?
Well, he's my war buddy. And I think that I should let him know about all the developments.
I see. Darling, did you, get close to Brad in Vienna?
Yeah. He's a terrific guy, Mom. Hello? Yes, did Brad Vernon check in? Oh, he didn't. Well, he's going to later on today, so will you tell him that Cassie Callison called for him? Thank you.